Guten Tag.
Guten Tag.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Around with anime cars yet?
Yeah, I was just
Yeah, I was
in the
just
middle of
in the
doing that.
middle of doing that.
And
And
I got
I
distracted
got
because my
distracted
friend
because my friend
had his
had
birthday
his
and he
birthday
had
and he had
a
a
cameo video
cameo
thing made
video
for him.
thing made for him.
And I was just
And
looking at
I was
it
just
and
looking at it
I
and
can't believe
I
people
can't
are
believe
actually paying
people
for
are
this
actually
shit.
paying.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was still going, but it was definitely a big thing during the fucking pandemic stuff.
Some people are
So some
charging
people are
ridiculous
charging
amounts though.
ridiculous amounts there.
Yeah. Yeah, I looked at it one day. It seemed absolutely silly to me.
Just for a random
Just for a
celebrity. He
random
doesn't really
celebrity.
give
He
a
doesn't
shit
really
that
give a
it's your
shit
fucking
that it's your
birthday.
fucking
To
birthday.
say happy
To
birthday
say
to you
happy
is like,
birthday to
get
you is
fucked.
like, get fucked.
I know they're famous
I know
and
they're
that, but
famous and
it's
that,
just
but
another
it's
person
just
who I
another
don't
person
know.
who I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like in
You know,
30 years'
like in
time, when
30
that
years'
person
time, when that
turns
person
out to be a
turns
fucking
out to be a
pedophile,
fucking
you're gonna think,
pedophile, you're gonna think,
kind of wish I didn't have
kind of
that
wish I
now.
didn't have that now.
I had a problem
I had a
with
problem with
Anime's build,
anime's
and I
build,
don't know if
and
it's
I
just
don't
me
know if
being
it's
an
just
idiot,
me being an
but I
idiot,
can't get the
but I
weight
can't
right
get the
on the
weight right on the
T40SX.
240SX.
Did you get it
Did you get
exactly
it exactly
2561?
2561?
I
Oh,
think
wait a minute.
so. Just
Oh, wait a minute.
But that's strange.
But that's
I've just
strange.
looked it
I've
back
just looked
in
it back in
that's not what it
that's
told me
not
it
what it
was.
told me it was.
I forgot to do the wheel size on the one. Was where I was missing some weight in that one, but
I've just gone
I've just
because I built
gone
them
because I built
in
them
the built
in the
where you
built
go to buy your
where you go
cars,
to
built
buy your
them.
cars, built
I
them.
built it and
I
it was
built
wrong.
it and it was
And I
wrong.
was like,
And I
I
was
can't
like,
really see
I
what's wrong
can't
with
really
it.
see
I'll
what's wrong with that.
ask later.
Ask later.
And now I've just gone
And
into
now
my
I've just gone
garage
into
and now
my
it's right.
garage and now it's right.
What the fuck?
What the fuck?
Okay,
Okay,
whatever.
whatever.
It's fixed
It's
itself.
fixed itself.
Must have been. I must have had the red
I must
box
have had the
built then.
red
It was
box
just being
built
a
then. It
dick.
was just being a dick.
Unless it was
Unless it was
the other one, but I don't
the
think
other
it
one,
was.
but I don't think it was
511,
511,
2511.
2511.
he again didn't put fucking PIs on them, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it was.
Last time I was
maybe
like,
it
oh
was.
shit, I guess I should have done that. I was like, yeah, that would have helped.
Maybe it was the
Maybe it was the
Sylvias instead.
Sylvias instead.
Yeah, the Sylvia's
Yeah,
wrong.
the Sylvia's wrong.
Um,
Maybe I didn't.
Maybe I
check
didn't
something on that.
check something on that.
let's see. Mine is 2511.
Sorry, yours is
Sorry, yours is
2511.
2511.
Yeah, well, he's got it
Yeah,
written
well, he's
down
got it
here as
written down here as
2551.
2551.
Oh, yeah, he does, doesn't he?
And also, on the tire size on the 240SX is
240SX is 256.
Yeah.
And then also,
and then also clear typo though. So.
yeah, but he also did it for
He
the
also
rear
did
tires
it for
as
the
well.
rear tires as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna
do
a couple of laps at so tire pressures the
tire
same.
pressures the same.
Yeah, I ran them for like 4 laps each just to get like a baseline tune and idea of them the other night.
The funny thing is, it also says attempt two. Is that attempt two at making that spreadsheet, or is that attempt two at his decision on my build?
Yeah, I think it's his second set of cars.
Okay.
Okay.
I was watching Bathurst stuff last night, and like mad scientist in the lab fiddling around with stuff.
Right.
I have
Right.
like a bunch of cars built for things that I am like, I don't know, maybe. And unfortunately, they all required various power cuts, and I don't fucking remember what any of the power cuts specifically were. Not that it really matters that much. Like the goal is just to make it drive good. Who cares how much horsepower it has? But was watching. They had like they didn't really have a Porsche Carrera Cup like session, but they had some runs to it. So I like it'd be kind of fun to do a 911 Carrera Cup kind of thing, except for the way Taurus should have done it. Like basically do the thing better than them, kind of, but then they just ran it, so it's like, yeah, let's find something else. So I built a bunch of other like weird things, including some things that were like not like this same idea just 30 years ago kind of things that turned out not sure. Well, there's a few of them that I obviously testing out Bathurst too is not necessarily the most ideal place, I guess. Some of them I don't know how they'd feel on the wheel, anyways.
No, but the
No, but
first little
the
Alton
first little
didn't go too
Alton
well on
didn't go
the
too well
240. I got engine damage
on
straight
engine.
away.
Way.
Which is a bit annoying.
Which
I
is a
was
bit
hoping this
annoying.
is
I was
going to be
hoping
one of
this
the
was going to be
ones
one
which
of
you
the
could
ones
tune to
which
be
you
a
could
bit like
tune
a
to be a
Honda
bit like a
engine.
Honda engine.
I think people will like the cars okay, like the way they drive. Like, like like they could use narrower rear tires for my taste, but I think when you think about everybody else driving them, that's probably like they are very stable.
I mean, out of the box, they drive a hell of a lot better than
A
the
lot
others
better
did.
than the others did.
Yeah.
Did you find the cars
Did you
to be
find the
quite
cars
close?
to be quite close?
Honestly, I only did 4 laps, but I was like 2.5 tenths apart in them. I feel like the turbo one's a little bit faster. Like it's the one that I suspect is a little bit faster. It has like 3 miles an hour on the other one in a turn 1. So like it felt like I got the good lap out of the turbo one pretty straight away, and then I had to like build up to the other one by pushing it a bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which in turn you could
Which
probably
in
just
turn you could probably
easily do
just
to the other
easily
one.
do to the other one.
If it was the other way
If it
around,
was the other way
I'm sure you
around,
could push
I'm sure you could push
Sylvia a
maybe
bit harder,
Sylvia
sort
a
of
bit
thing.
harder, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Mm. The turbo one's got a bit more tire wear for me though.
Yeah. I didn't even look at any of that stuff on it. So I was mainly just putting them together, so I sort of had like a tune direction going for them, and wasn't just doing my first laps with them all this time.
And I just checked out the times 10 just to do 2 laps and see what it says.
See what it is.
It's nearly a whole percent difference at 10 times. Which is, I suppose, 0.1. Oh, that's not too bad.
That's not too bad. Depending on how long the lap is.
How long the race is.
How long the race is.
I'm getting a little bit concerned how we're seeing different lap times through different lobbies quite a lot. Though.
Yeah.
And like, it does make me wonder if we should still be doing stuff outside of LCQ that time. Because what if the temperatures are different or something?
Yeah, I think the only way to fix that would be the LCQ at 9 instead of 8. Well, it's mainly just Raj that uses it now, sometimes Sam.
I'm sure it wouldn't really make too much of a difference to us.
Yeah, it was like when we had more West Coast people, it was tricky for people to make it home from work in time to make qualifying by 5 p.m.
Yeah.
We don't have too many West Coast people left anymore. especially if we're staying at one lobby too. We could do LCQ at 9. It just has a chance to delay the whole thing, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We usually do our lap counts based off qualifying, so we'd have to do our lap counts based off practice, which would be accurate. Like, we used to need the meeting being where it was more because, like, you know, especially in the early days, like Forza 1 or whatever, they had the 8-person lobbies or whatever. So it was easy to get like 3 or 4 lobbies a night. So you had to like figure out who was going to host and then divide the grid up and give each host their order for the thing.
Right.
And make sure that those guys, that like the host has everybody on their friends list and can add them, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it was more to get ready. Whereas when we're just doing one lobby, it's, yeah, not as much work. I guess that could be a thing that we could maybe try next season when, depending on what we're doing. We could do like 2 races that are 20 minutes long and just have qualifying, like with the games qualifying thing before each race.
Right.
Right.
And just do like 1 lap qualifying and tell everybody like between lobbies, you know, it's like, all right, I'm gonna write down the results, and by the time that's done, you need to be ready to start your qualifying lap.
Interesting to see if Anime has the same lap times that he said he did. And then into qualifying again. Into testing again, sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just leaving the cars completely stock at the moment and just trying to find their natural limitations.
Just doing laps for Eagle Rock, man. Unfortunately, the car will do like a fucking 100 laps in a tank of fuel.
Yeah, wasn't the idea to make what's the lap time for? It's probably like 50 seconds still, right?
33 seconds, basically. So if we were just gonna do an hour-long race, it'd be like 115 laps or something.
It would be kind of interesting. But I don't know what would be more interesting. A fuel one or a tire one.
Yeah.
Because it'd be kind of fun to have the... Right.
If the car will do like 100... Well, so my math from my fuel calculation said it'd do 92.59 laps. But the little tracker thing, like in the HUD, seems to be looking at about 100. So I'll rerun the math again at some point or whatever. But at 1 times tire wear, a set of hard tires should last 100 laps.
But we could turn that up to like times 5 or something.
Well, yeah, but what I was thinking, if a set of hard tires lasts as long
as the race
fuel does, then that would mean that like your window for, and that's just a 60%. So that would mean that like your window though would open up like 15 laps into the race where you could jump in and get on a hard tire and try to just make it home. And the problem is like we don't know what to expect for cautions. And
Right.
if there's no cautions, then it would be interesting as far as trying to stay in the draft as long as you can, so that way the soft tires don't get away. Because they'd have to build up a pretty significant gap to get a pit stop in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there will probably be a few cautions just from people racing close together and getting Forza tangled and stuff. So
Which would push you forward in the pack though
every time everyone dives in the pits
if you're on that
if you're on
strategy.
that strategy.
You'd cycle back to the front. It's just how long you'd be able to hang on at the front would be the question. And it would kind of depend on how many people went with you as well. Like if there were 6 cars out front with hard tires and the first pit stopper was back in 7th, then it'll take them longer to get back to the lead than it will if there's 2 hard tire guys. And I haven't really got a great representative lap time for the hard tire yet, but this medium tire's 3/10 about slower than a soft tire is. I'm guessing this is going to be about the same if I could stop getting distracted and either messing up the lap and brushing the wall or whatever, or pausing to get a drink of water or something.
You also got
to account into the draft.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah, and like how easy it is for a soft tire car to pass a hard tire car too. Like if the hard tire car just stays glued to the bottom side and you have to go around the outside, then yeah, even with a little bit extra grip, it could be kind of tricky. It's definitely harder to keep the car pinned to the bottom line with the hard tire.
Right.
Right.
Which I don't know if even if we didn't want to have, so like if we didn't want to have multiple compounds, but just have some tire strategy, and yeah, crank the tire wear up to 5 or 6 or something like that. That could work to just make it so that the hard tire is the race tire, because then it would require a little bit more finesse, which might make the race a little more, like there might be more mistakes kind of and people pushing up off the bottom line that then have to try to jump back in line. A little more variance. Yeah, so it's about another 3/10 slower than the medium. Makes sense, that's usually the way this stuff works. They had a bunch of people fucking it into the wall at Bathurst yesterday.
Which wall?
Which wall?
So like when you come off the cutting, there's like that little kind of kink, and then there's the right left over the crest with like the walls on both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had one of the Super 2 sessions where I guess their first practice session was rained out like completely, so they were, all on wet tires and not doing too many laps. And then the second session started off dry, so everybody like bolted out of the pits with slicks on. And then basically on their first flying lap, it started raining. And almost everybody just immediately backed it down and limped back to the pits to get wet tires. But one guy was like still trying to run up, put a lap in, and yeah, he lost the rear and hammered the wall on the left there. So they had a red fucking flag to clean up his broken ass Mustang and haul it back to the pits and stuff. And then threw the green flag again, and everybody went out, and some guy fucked in the wall in the exact same spot in the exact same way right after that and caused yet another red flag. God
Oh,
damn.
jeez.
Oh, Jesus.
It was mostly just practice and qualifying for most of the cars, but there was the first touring car master race. It was like their weird inverted grid one or whatever. So cool, like black '69 Camaro with like a Batman thing on it. It was a pretty good race. Made me go run Bathurst and the GT4 Camaro on Assetto Corsa or ACC.
Surprised, Max Verstappen didn't give it a go. Just show up and beat them all. Do you think you'd get more hated if he starts just showing up to everyone's race them?
For some people, for sure. I don't know how often he could do that with how many different things, though. That's why it'd be interesting to see him try. It's like V8 supercars are pretty weird cars. With like weird setup language and stuff, like the spool diff, especially with these, like, they basically tune them so that they three-wheel on the way into corners, lift the inside rear tire. So that way the spool doesn't impact the handling, really.
Yeah, I think the thing is though, he does so much sim stuff as well. He could easily get himself adjusted to it.
Yeah, and I think he has the motivation to do that.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like he has the right blend of like competitive spirit, but also just having fun with it.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's a lot of those guys.
And being talented.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of those guys as they showed up somewhere or whatever, and you like threw them in the car. Like, I think all of them, to some extent, when they get put in a car on a track, they want to be the fastest guy on the track. But I think there's some of them that do the, like, yeah, they go out, they run 5 laps, and if they're not the fastest guy, then they're just kind of like, oh, well, I'm not doing this serious. This is just for a bit of fun. Who cares? You know, kind of like, this is below me. I'm just playing around for the afternoon kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Verstappen has the motivations, like, I don't fucking care if this isn't what I do. Like, I just want to fucking win. But not in a way that, like, sucks the joy out of it. Like, he appreciates the driving. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he would do with more specialized cars. Like, GT3 cars aren't really that specialized, in a way.
No. But considering that Ferrari is probably one of the lower ones that you want 24, it was kind of impressive.
Yeah, and it's hard to know what the balance of performance was like. The Ferraris typically haven't been consistently competitive. But that's also because they haven't really consistently had good driver lineups either. They have a few times, but that's mainly when they like load up the car for a 24-hour race or whatever, and then like for the normal 4-hour ones, they usually have like a gentleman driver kind of guy in them or something. And yeah, I know some of the guys weren't there, but I think a lot of the regular guys still were.
I saw one overtake they did, which was absolutely just insane. It was like he was coming up to the twisty bit just after after YouTube corner. You know, just before the dip. And a GT3 car was stuck behind a GT4 car because they didn't really want to go side by side through there. Obviously, it's a tight bit of track. The GT4's not that slow. So he just tucked in behind the GT4 and Max just does them both around the outside. It's just fucking hell. But like makes it super sketchy. Like he doesn't lift the corner. It looks like with the amount of speed he has coming through there. The car that you have like a lap down already, as is, but just made it look even worse that he just managed to pass in a braking zone.
There's quite a few basically GT3 AM entries run. I think they're mostly like modern cars now, but there were a few years like in the crossover period, like just after Evo kits came out and stuff, where you'd still see like a previous generation GT3 car running in the AM division.
Okay, so
So
I did
I
three
did
laps to
3
get
laps
what
to
I
get
thought was quite a good time in the 240 SX,
40SX,
and then I've just absolutely smashed it by a whole second on my first lap in the Sylvia.
At Suzuka or
Yeah, it's Suzuka.
Yeah, it's Suzuka.
what time?
I'm on a
I'm on a
17.5 for the Sylvia. Didn't even feel like I was really pushing it that hard.
Either.
Yeah, I think I had a 17.5 for the Sylvia and a 17.7 for the 240. Like I say, I just did like 4 laps and kind of fiddled it up a little bit just to get it towards what I wanted.
Yeah, maybe I can get the 240. Like, an 18.496 in the 240, but that's completely stopped for both of them.
There you go.
Right.
Thank you. 17.
Just watching practice for supercars.
Yeah, I'm on already.
I know. I'll go back to the 240 and see if I can just push it a bit more.
But
I didn't feel like I had that much more to give.
Come in with their backs against the wall with the underdogs there.
Because going round 190 seemed to be the limitation of the lap time in this car, because it just seemed to understeer off there. So you kind of had to breathe it quite a bit.
Yeah, I'd run stiffer bars on both of them.
A lot of this trade from Larry Perkins.
Or sort of rear bars.
Much drop their weight, no doubt. So it's great to see them back in. They'll be contention with.
Had two guys jump the start in the Super Utes. Like, one guy was alongside them, between the row in front of him when the light went out. Cam Tilley and the Valiant, the blue Valiant Pacer.
Yeah.
Their race this morning was 1 lap. They got to turn 2, and the that black Chevy Monza thing, is it a Monza?
Yeah.
I don't know. It was up along the inside, like up to its wheel arch, and they both hit each other. And then as the Valiant regained, it like forced the little Monza up into the wall on the inside at turn 2, flicked it up in the air. So that was pretty much the end of the race. This morning. Everything's been delayed this morning because fucking GR86 lost it. They lost it coming out of McPhillamy, and they crashed into the wall just before Skyline, and then flicked back across the track into the wall on the other side, just into that runoff area over Skyline, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It was a big crash, but it just fucking put shit everywhere. So like the TCM and the Super Utes were like 6-minute races, 7-minute races or something, because everything's been delayed. Did you see the TCM race last night?
Yeah.
You won it fucking 23 positions or 27 positions for Foggy or something.
Yeah.
And that little Parada fucking Capri. I think he was like 20 something.
Do you guys have the new Ford Capri over there? Or is it just like a European thing?
I've seen it.
I tell you what, they should set fire to all of them. Seriously, they are ugly as hell. Okay, yeah, make some electric fucking piece of shit. But don't call it a Capri. And try and compare it to the fucking old one,
Like,
it's an insult.
It's an insult. Habit of like recycling old names that are clearly nothing to do with the new car. Like if it has something to do with the people can kind of didn't like the Dodge Dart, like when it the 2014 one or whatever. It's just like, oh, it's front wheel drive, and it's like, but the Dodge Dart originally was an economy car by the day's standards. So like it sort of fits the same role, sort of. even if it's different. But like, yeah, don't. A Mustang isn't a fucking electric SUV. And like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how their focus group. Like, I've never met anyone who's been like, yeah, that's a Mustang. That thing's cool because it's a Mustang. Everyone's just like, oh, that thing that's not really a Mustang. So like, who was their focus group stuff that said like, yeah, this makes sense from a marketing thing. People are gonna like this car more because of the name. And yeah, we have that happen with all different kinds of stuff around here. Like the Charger was one that people got really pissed off when it came out here back in the day. Cause it's like, it's a 4-door sedan. Chargers aren't fucking 4-doors, and we get all mad about it. And then like within 5 years, like no one gave a shit anymore. But it at least was a V8 rear-wheel drive muscle car kind of thing. But yeah, when they're just like, hey, we're coming back with something. Like there's a rumor that the Camaro is gonna come back as a fucking 4-door electric sedan thing. It's like, don't. Spare us.
Oh, but that
Having
would be
to
so
suffer
funny.
through that.
I would find that very amusing.
See, the thing is, like,
if I was talking to someone who I thought was like a crime enthusiast,
and I was like, oh yeah,
and I was like, oh yeah,
it's
so what kind of
and they're like, oh,
I've got a Capri, I'll be like, fuck yeah, that Capri's fucking awesome.
And then when they show me a picture of it, I'll be like, that's not a fucking Capri. It's a washing machine.
I feel like most like car enthusiasts wouldn't call it a Capri, they'd call it that new Capri thing. Or something like that, to let you know that it's like, yeah, I got one, but I know it's not a real Capri. I just got it because it's practical and afford, you know, whatever. Like, which is the Honda one that they're doing that to now? Is it the Integra or the Prelude or
the Prelude,
it's like not like different at all. It's just
The poo tube.
okay, that felt like a really good lap. And it's still half a second. Well, no, 6 tenths. Okay. Make some adjustments. Final drive. How fast was it not going 180?
I got this thing again, so I'm just driving around the corners in Forza, like doing laps. Of course, it was on the lap that I was going to slow down and check my fuel for the calculation. And it just boots me to the dashboard. There's a gray thing that says, something went wrong. Give it another try. If this happens again, visit Xbox Error Help. And my only option is to close or report a problem. This is what it did to me at Sebring with the Camaro race.
I've got dramas with my Forza pictures that I take in Forza. They just come out as black when I share them to someone else. I'm not even going to get a ban or something. I haven't had a ban, so... And the picture I took in Roadcraft came out okay.
Yeah.
I nearly finished that game. What am I going to do? I don't want to buy the DLC. I've nearly done all the maps, though. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm still fucking building roads and shit. I'm like, fuck, I better go to bed. I know how Ross feels about it.
That's the story of my life.
If you see error, blah blah, try checking Xbox status for related alerts. Fuck, that's not an answer.
Saying, you know, you don't have enough money to play it.
Yeah.
It says if you don't follow me when you try to launch a game. But see, mine wasn't when I tried to launch a game. I was already fucking playing it. And it says, this may mean that your console needs a power cycle or that the content is owned by another account. What?
Since when's a console need a power cycle?
No help at all for it. So who knows what the fuck. You tried turning it off and back on again. Like, thanks. That's fucking helpful.
It's like when you have an internet problem, the internet company tells you it's Xbox problem. So you talk to Xbox tells you it's internet's problem.
Okay, so
It's just
Every time you go through like Xbox support and actually go through there. Like the last thing that they will make you try is like completely refresh your Xbox from start. So you have like a day at start. And then when that doesn't
And then when
fix
that
it, they're
doesn't
like,
fix it, they're
no,
like,
we can't do
no,
nothing.
we can't do nothing.
And like,
It's
oh,
your
And
fault.
like, oh, jeez.
pretty much.
Pretty
I can sell
much.
you a new console for $800.
The state of customer service is fucking abysmal right now, and I keep thinking that like at some point people are gonna get tired of it enough and something's gonna change, but then I just realize it's not gonna happen. Like people just accept
It's gonna be
whatever.
AI and get worse.
Yeah.
Well, it's already like
Well,
that
it's
here
already
in
like
the
that
UK,
here
where
in
you
the
have to
UK,
like
where you have to like
use this
use
bot
this
thing on the
bot thing on the website,
which like just sends you in a
sends you in a
fucking
fucking endless circle.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I had that when I tried to buy my Xbox. Because like I had the money on my account, and I ordered like a refurbished one off the thing, and it like took the order but then rejected it or something. And so I tried to call the service thing, and like you can't talk to a person now. It's like, what do you need help with or whatever. And so I said purchasing an Xbox, and it's just like for Xbox issues, contact Xbox support. And the bot wouldn't let me try again. Like if I called back on the number to just say purchasing content or something, then it would just say, like, it didn't even ask me what I wanted. Like as soon as the phone would pick up, it would say, for issues with Xbox, call Xbox. It's like, what?
I always just start off with speak to a human.
I
Speak
don't
to
know
a
if that
representative,
works.
that's what I ask for. They're normally in Singapore or Pakistan or fucking
Yeah. I got
Pakistan
Indians
or
now,
where the
people.
fuck. Yeah. Hello, my name is John. No, fuck.
when they
I think
speak
that's it.
you
when they speak
in
you
an Indian
in an
accent,
Indian
then
accent,
they're like, yeah, my name's
yeah, my name's
John.
no,
No,
it's not
John, is
fucking
it?
John,
Come on.
is it? Come on.
Abdul.
Or it's
Starts off
Abdul.
with a lie, Arwen.
Yeah.
It's the same one that tried calling you for scamming for freaking sell you insurance for something you don't even have.
Prince in Ethiopia just needs some money.
Okay, right. I absolutely ranked it and just I did actually manage to beat my time with the Soviet,
but
it was an
it was an
uncomfortable
uncomfortable one,
if you know what I mean.
if you know what I mean.
I got
I
17
got
free
17
then
free then in the
so and that was after
changes as well.
So now if I switch to Silver, I'm going to have the same gains.
If you guys remember, the old Xboxes used to come with a name, like the original ones. Like I remember my last one that I had was Hambone was its name. Like you didn't get to choose it; it just like came with a one, like a generated one.
Oh, what the first console?
The first console.
Yeah. And so like I named
That's
this
a long
Xbox after my customer support lady, the Indian lady named Patricia. She was like the only like after 4 days of like trying to get support people, she was the only one that was actually fucking helpful. She's also the only one that when they said, okay, we're going to look into this and call you back within 4 hours or whatever, she was the only one that actually called back when she said she was going to. It's like, in your honor, I have named my Xbox after you. I hope they give you a raise to 35 cents an hour from 30 cents or whatever they're paying you.
Have you spoken to Steven at all? I hope it wasn't too rough. That's my thing.
Huh?
Have you heard from Steven at all?
Yeah.
Is he all good? Is he like, fuck you, Kiwi, I'm gonna write some crazy shit about you now, Doug?
No, he thought it was fun.
We might have to make it a regular feature, the Josh Allen Loves Wieners race report.
Yeah. Remember DJ has his ISN right on time or whatever account that he used to make his fake press releases with? So yeah, I always wanted to make one that was like something wrong on time instead of right on time and just like spoof DJ's ones and write them terribly and like. And see, so like the game booted me to the dashboard thing kind of, but the game didn't actually close. I just clicked on Forza and clicked resume, and it was like, it like hiccuped kinda, like played an engine sound and then froze for a second, and then was just right back to normal. And good that it did it now instead of on fucking race night again, but how the fuck I'm supposed to fix that? I usually do restart my Xbox on race night, just in case that helps with something. I don't know if it actually does.
I've been doing it. I normally do it before we start racing, and then I do it after the meeting.
Yeah, look, we were pretty happy with it yesterday, to be honest.
Just in case, you know.
Alright, so it looks like the fuel range for the Nissan at Eagle Rock is around 98 laps.
So we'll need fuel if we do any more than 100.
Yeah.
Do we do 100 knowing that you've got you need to save 2 laps of fuel somehow?
Right. That's the question, is how many cautions do we think we'll have? Because on one hand, it's a pretty slow car, but on the other hand, like, you know, Forza 10 going up into the wall and stuff, and somebody tries for an overtake. We almost always have a couple of
Not like
cautions
Grand
on
Oak when you go off and you've got fucking 3 kilometers a week into a wall, either.
That's the thing too, I guess it'd be kind of hard to measure how much you save on caution lap, because like cautions are almost never 1 lap at a track this size. Like it nearly takes a lap to get slowed down without just jamming on the brakes.
And what about how long is a pit stop?
Yeah.
My laps are doing with 33s I was doing. But it's probably, you guys would be faster for sure. But if the pit stop's 30 seconds like it is at most places.
Yeah. If I remember right, there have been cars here that we go a lap down when you pit. I don't know if that'll be the case for a car this fast. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just running at 50% rubber, I guess. I just think I have it turned off right now. I got a 32.6 on the soft, 33.0 on the medium, and a 33.3 on the hard. So 0.3, like a second difference. At 1 times wear, a hard tire would also do 100 laps. So a hard tire lasts the same as a tank of fuel. The question is like,
would you go down a lap?
Yeah, and well, that'd be another thing that'd be really interesting, is that if you're on the hard tire, you just don't have to stop under caution. Then
you're sitting back on the restart that way.
Kinda, but that's what we need to sort of figure out, is like, can a soft tire car drive around the outside of a hard tire car? You know, with only I sort of don't feel like it can very easily while driving it, but that, like, you know, eventually you'd get it done. But then how long does the hard tire car hang around the draft? Does that 0.6 of a second difference overall between a hard and a soft turn into just a 2/10 advantage or whatever when you have the draft going. Or another thing we need to think about, we always kind of forget about this too, is how we're going to do cautions here, because if we do our 40-mile-an-hour caution speed thing, then it's actually faster to pit because you'll just come out ahead of the field. So what we did with the Genettas when we figured that out was just that if you come out of the pits, you cycle to the back of the people who didn't pit.
Well,
Like
what if we slowed down to
What if we slowed down to like 20 miles an hour instead?
No, then they'd come out way ahead of us. The thing, like
Yeah,
40
they're half a lap ahead of us.
Oh,
yeah,
too
we'd
bad.
have to
Oh,
do
too bad.
60, 80 or something, maybe.
If 80 is safe, like there's not like these fucking hairpin corners sticking 10 bits and shit there. Yeah, I think 80's fine.
I say, or we just, like say, in the Genetta, we just told people, like, when you come out of the pits, you go to the back of the cars that are not pitters, basically.
Yeah.
So that way you don't come out of the pits and just merge over into the line and squeeze in between people who stayed out, which I say was a little bit less than ideal, but it kind of was what it was.
You know, Red Bull went off there. Which one is it? Brown. Just at the bottom of the chase.
Yeah, I watched the fucking stream for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours last night. I mean, not directly watched it, I just had it on while I was doing stuff.
Yeah, it's
And it was playing fine, and then, like, about like, I turned it off for a little bit, because it started, like, stuttering and buffering a little bit. So I thought, like, oh, maybe, you know, like, it's been on for 3.5 hours now or whatever, maybe my browser cache is just getting loaded up and, you know, it's slowing down. So I shut it off a little bit, because it was just, like, a practice for something I didn't really care about. Maybe it was the end of the Super 2 thing after they had the 2 red flags at the tree spot there. And then, like, I came back and I missed the start of the TCM race. I was like, oh, cool, it's on. And they played like 2 laps fine, and then started buffering and like being like weird, pixelating a lot and stuff. And then, like, as it was closing up near the end, it just kept getting worse. And it's like, god damn it, like, they're having a good race for this one. I don't want to fucking watch it. But so I did a speed test, and my Wi-Fi was down to 1.2 megabytes down. Fuck.
I might need to restart your modem, the router, or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
That would probably be your first start, and maybe even check to make sure it's not got, because my shit gets covered in dust.
Yeah.
So I like constantly have to give it a wipe and make sure there's no dust that's blocking the vent, or letting it heat up. Because that slows them down too when they get hot. Yeah, I've got fibre, so they had a deal that they would install it from the street to your house for free if you signed up.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do that. 15 little Indian Pakistani dudes turned up and dug a trench in the driveway through the gravel by hand and laid the cable in there and hooked it up. Picks and shovels and shit. It was like some 18th century railway yard in India or something. They got it done, though.
Have you seen a movie called Devil Baby or whatever?
No, I don't think so. I don't really watch that.
There's a scene in it, or I'll find it on YouTube and send it to you.
Yeah, for sure, I'll watch it later.
A little short one. That's yeah, from there. I think for him it was the cable thing. That guy.
Well, this is a practice session and shit, but Wood doesn't look as fast in the dry as he was yesterday.
Yeah.
Wooders is on top, Reynolds is in second, Randall's third, Murray fourth, and McLeod in fifth, so that would be
Conrad here this week.
Who the fuck's...
We're doing
Oh, Cam Hill.
like that out there as we check out of the corner and on to
So,
Conrad.
yeah, Tickford, Team 18, Tickford,
From Brody Kostecki in this
Erebus,
session. They're going to have a crack at trying to
give
give us
us
a good lap time. We'll see the best from Brody in this one.
some of them are doing race runs and shit.
Panorama is the location. Trackers 3 is the point of the race meeting. It is
The Red Bulls are fucking
at this point, a lot of
13th
teams are
and
working on
14th.
their race pace. That doesn't mean the speed.
The Shell V-Power car hasn't looked strong yet either, like the Kostecki one.
Yeah.
It's a little bit concerning, like he's been in the 10 and that, but Will Davidson was better than him in the last practice, I think. He's gone to an old car. He's like, fuck you, new chassis, I want my old car back.
Yeah, I saw a thing on Speed Cafe about that. They asked Ryan Story about it or whatever. I think that was what part of the subject when Story said something I was staying with Davison or whatever. And
Yeah, I don't know what it is about Speed Cafe, I just don't do it.
I don't really like it very much. It's just I don't really like any of the other ones that I've found either. So just every once in a while when I'm bored, I'd open it because I don't remember there was. See, there was one that was like V8 Daily Dump that was useful as because like they'd also put up every single session and like the results from each one of them, and they had a handy like clock thing on the website that would tell you like how far through the weekend it was without spoiling anything.
Yeah.
So it was really useful, so that way I could figure out when I needed to be around to watch the race, because it was like, oh, you know, race is in 3 hours or whatever. But then they just, like, they mostly only did major stories there. They didn't cover a lot of little things, and then it just shut down, like it stopped updating completely. And there was another one, is a V8 Sleuth or one of those that you have to, like, pay to get shit on.
He's a bit of a dick.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really like Speed Cafe either. It's just I don't think I like any of them very much, and that's the one that's in my browser history, basically.
Yeah, Sleuth does stream a lot of the local Australian racing though.
Yeah.
On the YouTube for free. But yeah, there's no one that's... Or maybe some of these drivers that are retiring, like Nick Percat and that might. That would be cool. But everyone's doing podcasts now, like Will Brown's doing a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
I think fucking David Reynolds and Lee Holdsworth have been doing some as well, apparently. They would be quite interesting.
It's
David
funny because
Reynolds
it's
is fucking nuts.
Yeah. It's funny because, like, 3 years ago, like, it was kind of a meme almost that, like, everyone was just making a podcast for everything. And then it seemed to slow down, but now it's just, like, picking up again. And it's like every fucking person has a podcast. And you know, how many, like, how do you have that much fucking time in the day to listen to that many fucking podcasts?
Me and the wife even been watching a TV show about some people who make a podcast. It's like, how have we got to this point in our lives? It's actually quite good. It's called Only Murders in the Building. It's got like Steve. It's actually pretty funny.
I've heard of it, but I don't.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, Don's got a podcast now where he like talks to an AI the entire time.
Oh my god, is he dressed as an anime character in a dress?
I don't know.
Fitting.
I bookmarked one and listened to it for a minute, but then every time I like see it on my bookmark list,
He'd fall asleep.
like the
You couldn't
idea
last
of
more than I reckon
listening
40 seconds you'd be asleep.
Yeah.
Or you shut yourself.
I don't know if I can do that. Dawn's like, I don't know. It's weird because I usually got along with Dawn pretty well, but there was like certain things that he did that kind of drove me nuts. And like his condescending, well, really, if you think about it, I am a genius, and everyone else is doing this wrong. Kind of stuff they'd start on would just drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And that's all I can picture is like that kind of tone the whole time through the podcast. It's like, yeah, I don't think I'd be able to sleep. I'd be too angry.
Maybe AI is the only thing smart enough to talk to him.
Also.
Yeah.
So when you think about his performances in qualifying, the way he...
I'm too stupid to listen to podcasts. I don't... Like, I listen to clips from podcasts, like where people go through and cut out, like, everything that they've talked about on this subject, or funny sequences or something. But, like, every time I try, like, if I had a daily commute, kind of, then I guess I could listen to them. But, like, if I listen to them while I'm trying to play stuff, I just end up, like, zoning out and focusing on the game after 15 minutes and realizing, like, oh shit, I still have the podcast on. I stopped listening 10 minutes ago. I'll just rewind it like 12 minutes, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, here I can listen from here, and I listen for 4 minutes and zone out again.
Yeah.
And then if I do it while I'm working, I keep having to fucking like pause it to get up and go in another room to check on something, or something like that. So like it doesn't really work there. Then it gets all fragmented. And again, like while I'm working on stuff, I'm reading stuff and working with spreadsheets and shit like that. So sometimes, depending on like for the shipping part of it, I can do that and listen to a podcast pretty easy. But that also only takes 30 minutes or whatever, usually. And then, like, the fucking CD surfacing, resurfacing machine is kind of noisy. So you can sort of blast music over the top of it, but, like, listening to people talk over the top of it requires cranking it way the fuck up. So, yeah, that's not ideal. Like,
The only one I've really been listening to, well, watching on the YouTube is the Apex. I was just watching when I'm eating my dinner or something.
right.
Fast, and like they segment theirs up, so it's like if they talk about NASCAR for 20 minutes, in the time thing it'll have it segmented in there, so you can just jump that bit, because I don't really pay attention to NASCAR anymore.
Yeah.
And then, you know, watch the bit on Formula 1 and Supercars. Supercars do such a terrible job of marketing though, like I had someone ask me yesterday if Bathurst was still a thing. I was like, yeah, it's still a fucking thing, mate. It's not Fort Falcons and Holdens anymore, but it's still a fucking thing. The Super looks good. They had it out on the track yesterday. They had it on the driver parade thing. They did like a Wednesday night thing in the township of Bathurst and had it on TV. Did the pit stop challenge and shit. BJR won the pit stop challenge again. And they run them though 2 BJR cars in the semi-final. So like BJR was in the final no matter what, basically.
Yeah.
Unfair, I thought.
Are they doing that? I remember there was that one where they did that
I lied to you.
Friday Night Live thing.
Put in all that. 9 minutes to go.
There was that one year they did the Friday Night Live thing or whatever, and it's like normally the kind of stuff that I don't watch at all when they do that. But there were a couple of segments where, like, yeah, Reynolds and his wife, and we're playing against like Winterbottom and his wife and somebody else.
Yeah.
That was actually kind of funny. It was mainly funny just because of how bad of a couple Reynolds and Tahan or whatever her name are.
Yeah.
They got like every answer wrong and like didn't know shit about it. It was kind of like, there was one of them that was kind of like a match, or not, what's that fucking married couple game that...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, and like, they just got like everything wrong, like they didn't know anything about each other. Stuff, so it was kind of funny.
They had one year they did a thing where they let the drivers do the commentary and stuff, and they played the footage from previous Bathurst and stuff and let them do the commentary. And it was the one when Chazzy won and the Whincup was out of fuel and Dumbrow's in the fucking garage with his hand in his head, you know, hello darkness, my old friend. was Scott McLaughlin, I think, was quite fun.
What is the name of that dumbass game show? Is it Honeymooners?
Yeah, I think so.
I remember there was this one funny episode that, like, it used to come on kind of like when I was finishing work stuff and coming back in and making lunch. So it was just like, you know, whatever thing to leave it on. There was this one kind of funny couple that were like slightly alt, kind of like she had some tattoos, and the one guy had like a nose piercing, and he liked, you know, motorcycles and leather jacket, you know, that kind of shit. And the question was for the guys, and it was like, at what point, like what event was it or whatever, where you realized that you wanted to marry her? And so, you know, like they write down their answers or whatever, or the, you know, the wives do or whatever, and then the guy answers the question. And he's like, got this story about how like they were going on a trip somewhere with some friends, and they were in an airport, and like somebody, like one of the calls over the airport thing had something, and they both made a joke about the name that was read off or whatever at the same time, so he knew that they were perfect for each other, you know, something stupid like that. And then she flips over a card, and her answer was, the first time he saw my super hot vajayjay. The guy just had this look that was like, okay. Like, for once it was the guy that had the thoughtful, cute answer, and the woman just brute force crudes it.
De Pasquale's car just got run along the wall.
Yeah,
Turn 2. They just rebuilt that last night. The mechanics have had no sleep.
Yeah.
And then Macaulay Jones did it too, for good measure. Or whoever's in Macaulay's car. I don't even know if the Cohees are in at the moment or what.
Okay.
I did that last night on fucking ACC.
Company coming up next year.
Who is?
Yeah, we got.
There's obvious too quick.
Mind you saying that, how much is your life still got in the car?
So
I'm down to 62%.
I'm down to 62%.
I set it
Shit.
to cloudy with high weather variability. So it'd like go from rain to just cloudy, and then like heavy rain, but then back to cloudy quick, so you didn't actually have to put wet tires on.
What was Anton? Anton did it this time.
I'm down to a 15.7 in the Sylvia. So with the 240 after tuning, it was a 17.3. And with the Sylvia, it's a 15.7.
2 seconds.
Did he even try to balance the cars?
He did, but...
Big sigh of relief down in the Brad Jones Racing Garage. It was just a tolling.
It is hard to balance cars, like, to
Yeah, it is.
Like, because you can get so focused, and then maybe you're driving the car in a way to keep them close too, subconsciously, not knowing that you're driving one harder than you're driving the other, or...
Well, the thing is, the 240, I tried to push as hard as I could, and the balance of the car felt shit. Felt good, sorry. Whereas I was getting a similar time with the Sylvia, but the balance felt shit. Sort of thing. And now I've got the balance with the Sylvia, I found another second sort of thing. So just... Yeah, I don't know. Don't want the controller see what the controller gives.
You can't be too much wrong with De Pasquale's car, because they send him out again.
"2020 Dodge Charger" in the chat has changed Lee Diffie's name into a slur. They're doing constructive things here.
Oh, and the stream you're watching.
Yeah. And this guy says about Lee Diffie, "He's okay for Indy, but I don't know what autism level of middle management decided, hey, let's have Lee commentate NASCAR."
I tell you, the actual professional commentators of sport must be getting really pissed off at the moment with all these women coming in and just like shit people and gay people just because they need to fit the minority. But they're shit at their jobs.
That's how Naomi Schiff makes a living.
Hey, she was a race car driver for like a part of the
W
season in
series.
KTM Junior. Did she do that too?
I think so. I think so, or the precursor to it, maybe.
She was
used to correct me.
one of the KTM Crossbow Academy drivers or whatever with that other girl that I can never fucking remember. Like her dad or something is a racer. Like the last name is one of those ones that you see pretty regularly, like in semi-pro kind of GT stuff in Europe. That like every time I'd see her last name in the thing, I'd be like, oh no, it's not the guy, you know, it's just his 16-year-old daughter or whatever.
She used to wear this fucking diamond encrusted F1 fucking pendant necklace thing all the time, and I thought it was a slave collar. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's what it appeared to be. Like, it must have been a real fucking expensive thing. I guarantee they were real diamonds and shit. Yeah, I thought she's got a slave collar on.
If we turn it to 10 times tyre wear, put 10% fuel in the car, would that imitate the race?
Over a 10-lapper or something.
Yeah.
I mean, yes and no.
Because that would
only like a 10% distance thing, but the threshold for tire wear would be significantly different.
Even at 10 times?
Well, so yeah, because at 1 times tire wear, you'd spend 8 laps at 50%, or 7 laps at 50%, which, you know, is not much slower than fresh tires. And then you'd spend another probably 7 or 8 laps, 7 laps probably, like rounded down a little bit for higher tire wear once they hit 60 before you'd get up there. Whereas at 10 times tire wear, you would spend less than a lap at 50% before you're already to 60%. So like the gap, yeah, like the gap wouldn't be right. I was just gonna say, like, one of us can try softs and one of us can try hard tires and see how, like, whether the hard tires can get around, or...
I'll check the hard tires. Do probably.
See, so yeah, at 1 times tire, it's about 50 laps to 60% on a set of softs, 75 for mediums, or 100 for hards. So you could run like a medium and a soft stint. Yeah, if we were to do like 115 laps or whatever. And you could do a medium and a soft. Or do a hard. Well, you'd still have to do
a soft and a hard.
But it's more just if that's the thing, we really don't know how many cautions there'll be. Because we've had quite a few cautions when we've done over past. Just because people are racing so close, and then you get Forza tangled together, and you both wind up in the fence. So, like, that's where the hard would actually be more interesting, because then at the first caution, basically, you could switch to the hard tire and just go from there home.
Right.
Brown put one out.
so I'm gonna get out of draft range pretty quickly if I'm in front.
There is a chance you could use the draft on your teammate and would make a difference too, eh?
Yeah.
But for the hug though, guys, you're still fucked on the restart though.
Yeah, I mean, kinda. Like, a lot of times what screws you over more with the hard tire on road courses is like the combination of having to brake a little bit earlier for the corner and just not getting off the corner is good. But there's no brakes involved here. It's just you're a little bit slower, but as long as you glue it to the inside, then it's not necessarily like, yeah, you'd probably still eventually get past and find a way to get through. Like here, Ross just slipped up off the inside just a little bit, and it was enough for me to put the nose in.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to run the softs and then at the first pit stop make the decision to change to the hards if it hasn't been a caution by the time the softs run out.
Yeah.
If there's lots of cautions, then like there's been a couple of cautions and your softs is, still got half the softs.
Yeah, with like the hard tires requires a little more finesse to keep it glued around the bottom. So the other thing we could do is just crank the tire wear up and make it so the hard's the race tire, and we can set it up so that there's maybe like, I mean, if we're doing 115 laps roughly, if we could find a spot where the hard tire lasts like 60 laps or something, or no, what would be better? Like 55 or so. So that way it's either one stop with some pretty noticeable saving and the tires possibly going away at the end if there's not enough saving, versus an entire extra pit stop to play it safe, which again could be all jumbled up by cautions, you never really know. I mean, every time we've run here, like remember the Janetta race was going to be one that was pretty interesting on tire wear, the way it was starting to develop, and then we just had enough cautions that it kind of, yeah.
I wonder if I still have a teammate next to this week. Fucking, he was practicing real hard for the races and that. Like, every time I looked, he was on Forza and Rivals. He messaged me and said he couldn't beat his Rivals time because his Rivals time was in the last C-Class car that we raced there, or whatever class it was.
Yeah. Civic was in C-Class?
He was definitely, he practiced more than I did, for sure.
Yeah, I told him what to do for the bars too. I told him to try like 30-30 as a starting point and then make an adjustment from there instead of...
Did you hear back from him at all?
He just said, you know, like, okay, I'll try that, thanks, or whatever.
Slide.
There's not much we can do. It's a lag and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Had to run them on the stairs.
The anime one was kind of tricky because, like, I feel like if he said, what the hell, you should wait for me, like, that's a pretty valid thing. But it also wasn't
he
really
was like, hey, just push me off or something like that.
Yeah.
Just push me off then or something. I couldn't.
I can see the argument that you should have waited, but also, like, I mean, anime did leave him room. It wasn't like they made contact because
It's a visibility
closed the door on him
too,
or something. Yeah, it was just like he was out of sight, kinda. And then like Lanrell sort of turned in to follow Raj's line, and Anime was there entering at an awkward angle. And like if he could have seen Anime, he could have probably just driven around the outside of him and passed him. But yeah, so
it would have just
kind
come
of
out
like
of nowhere for him. It would have been like,
lapping and stuff.
The fuel calculator was way off for that level.
Yeah. What were you looking at for yours?
It was supposed to be 11 laps, but we just done 10 laps.
Just done 10 laps, and I ran out on the lap early.
I set mine for 12 laps or 11 laps or something.
So there's only three tenths between the two cars. I mean, between two tires, obviously.
Two tires, obviously, as well.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty close. Times, yeah. So I set mine to 11%, and I was.
I thought I
set mine to
let's have a look. Oh, is that 10%?
Oh, is that 10%?
Yeah, I was getting about 1.02 to 1.08% a lap, depending on which tire I was on.
Right.
You can run a little bit more throttle with the soft tires than with the hard tires.
I mean, three tenths. I mean, Drabs obviously played a little bit into that.
Yeah, as well. See, what were the lap times?
You did a 32.9. Oh no, 32.8. Sorry, 8.65. I think it was. And then I did a 33.1 something.
Yeah, that would have been draft effective. Because so when I ran it earlier, I had a 32.6 as my best on the soft and a 33.3 as my best on the hard, obviously with no draft.
I mean, it didn't look like it was easy to overtake, especially as I was on the outside.
Yeah, not around the outside. The time when you slipped off the bottom, though, was it was pretty easy for that. So you'd have to be pretty glued down there for the whole race. So let's see. Yeah, I guess the question is just what to do. They say at 1 times, then that kind of works out pretty good for a hard tire lasting the same as a tank of fuel. Say if there was an early caution, you could just fuel up and try it. But that's 75 for a set of mediums and 50 for a set of softs, though.
Just medium as well, probably.
Yeah.
Would you say there is 5 temps?
That's probably a good thing to know, even though you're going to drop people to the back.
Well, that's if it's under caution anyway.
Yeah.
See, if it is 3 temps between the tires, it's almost worth a whole pit stop. Ish. Because 3 temps times 100 is obviously 30, isn't it? So if the pit stops around 30 seconds, it's going to be super close. But the softs, if they went...
So how much fuel do you need that you don't have 2 laps, eh? So why don't you start with 98% or 90%?
Oh, that's a point.
2 laps less fuel and put that 2 laps in and you stop. And then change your tires and see what the time is. Back to 100.
Yeah, I wouldn't have enough fuel for 100 laps. I'd have had
115 maybe. So.
It'd be 90 laps is what it comes out to from.
See, to make the hard tire work, we would have to kind of have the right amount of flaps for the hard would have to pay, and then it's just wasted the whole strategy.
Alright, I guess I'll jump into the pit and we'll see how it...
Fucking,
there it is.
The Jesus Racing Tirana is protesting its fucking penalty from yesterday's race when he forced the Tirana off. The one that's sitting right beside him when he forced him off the track.
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't protest it, it's God's will.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a piranha. Come on, you little fucking thing.
Alright, so I want to put in, I'm going to fill the tank up and put on tires. I mean, it only takes 1.35 seconds to go from 10% to 100% thing. So it's not long to fill up with fuel.
You just keep it.
Do you just keep it in fourth and just let it smash the limiter, or?
I was running fifth. Seems like it's kind of either way though. Like fifth, you get down a little bit in the power in the corner, but then you have good power all the way to the next set of corners. Whereas, yeah, it's over a lap.
The fucking big XT just sits in the middle of the fucking road. The R&J picture is Falcon.
So,
has it settled yet?
By the time I get up to speed here, it's about 37 seconds for a pit stop with tires and fuel.
Which would make the
hard
it would make the hard
more
spicier
tire to go for.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting. Because the caution could potentially slow it up and ruin that.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is, I think everybody would probably want to start on the soft, maybe. But then the question is just like, you know, if a caution comes out on lap 15 or whatever, or 20, you can go to the hard and just get all the way home. Otherwise, you'd have to stay out in the soft for a while longer until about lap 40-ish before you'd want to switch to the medium tire to get home.
I'm just doing a lap on the hard in fifth for a second.
Flames spouting from the Jesus Racing Tirana.
It's really close. It's 0.025 so far.
So
I'm up 0.13. So fifth may be.
I just enter a Touring Car Master car that was sponsored by Satan. Just to spite that
I have the Jesus Racing stickers, but it says because the Jesus Racing goes Jesus, passion, purpose, life.
Yeah.
And my one says Satan, passion, purpose, life. I made them in 6. Right? I still got them though.
I have that stuff for the effort racing Porsche that used to race here, and it always had, like, the guy said that he raced because he had a dream where God came to him and told him that he could race cars and spread the word or whatever. Yeah, that didn't have anything to do with the fact that the guy, like, is a fucking higher up at some oil company or whatever. You know, and like, but that it always said in the back of it, like, racing for God in big letters on it or whatever. So I just made, instead of effort racing, I had 0 effort racing. And, like, made a spoof out of it, and it was racing for Satan on the back of it. And then, like, they'd usually also get some Porsche sponsorship from whatever, like, the local dealership was to the track. So there'd be, like, you know, Porsche of Atlanta or whatever. So I had a Porsche of Hell sticker on it and used some other, like, band logos and stuff for little ones and stuff that I had made for it. There's a commercial for free bowel, or like the free bowel test, the fake billboard thing. Seems like a weird thing to, like, yo, we need a billboard for this.
Yeah, the R&J's Falcon, that's the one that got smashed up at Sydney at the start of the year. The fucking wheel came off it. Going over Corporate Hill, I think it was.
Yeah.
Do you know the film The Kingsman?
First time back.
Yeah.
Apparently they're trying to fucking George Russell in the next movie.
Still hasn't got a contract yet.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. They can't not sign him, right? He's clearly the better driver.
To be manager as well, which is fucked. Like, how can you work for your manager? Isn't your manager supposed to work for you?
I think Toto would be silly not to sign him, to be honest. He is good.
Who's he gonna get?
Wow. Antonetti's not really turned out to the driver.
Oh yeah, I was wondering why those signs were all over the fucking road and stuff when the last ones came.
For a Holden, that thing is fucking cool. You know, but it's a Holden.
Yeah. What the fuck was he doing?
I have no idea.
It's like when when you're playing Forza and your mom yells at you and you have to turn your head and yell back and you look back at the screen and you realize like, oh fuck, you know, like it was kind of one of those.
So here comes the Piranha on the Jesus Racing fucking Piranha.
So I don't know. Do we just leave it one time Spyware and have it be a?
I think it'd be honest to leave it
and people will come up with different options. Like someone might try and do medium or something.
Yeah.
The question is, what should the lap count be? Do we do it so we can do
an hour? It'd be like 115-ish laps or whatever. I mean, I guess I can actually do the math now that we have a. So if we figure 33-second lap on average, like softs will be a little bit faster, mediums will be a little, or hards will be a little bit slower. That'd be 109.09 laps. So we could do 110 laps.
Oh, he's Foggy sneaking up through now. Up 15 places, Foggy from the 7th.
How many laps can the softs do?
50. It's 60%.
So the mediums would be about 75-ish.
Yep.
See, I think the racing between us has been fairly close as well. So the chance of the caution not coming out would be a bit. The chances would be pretty low, I think.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna have to hit pretty hard.
The Genettas are even slower than this thing and smaller, so they're easy to fit 4 or 5 wide, you know, stuff like that. So like if we crash the Genettas, we're probably gonna crash these things. So that's why, unfortunately, it'd almost be better to do like 115 laps, because like so if we set it to 100 laps, I feel like that would be kind of a like okay, we're 2 or 3 laps short on fuel. But we'll have so many cautions that you know, basically 2 cautions or whatever would probably solve that.
Yeah, a splash of fuel was going to be covered by a tire anyway.
And so, you know, doing like 115 laps, because this other thing is that soft. Although, I mean, I guess if it's a 37-second pit stop, even going soft wouldn't
be faster than going hard.
But I was thinking like it'd be interesting to sort of have like either soft medium or medium soft as the alternative strategy. So it's sort of like, you know, do you take the soft early to gain some positions and work forward? Or do you save it for the final stint when it's actually critical to get to the line?
Johnson versus Foggy. Fog's got him. Just that straight line power in that thing, eh? It's fucking unreal.
Another 2 best
up 17 spots. Up 17 places.
Bad luck in Mustang always wins.
Fucking bull terrier, right? Just at this car.
The straight line speed savage on that Mustang. It's just eating everyone on the streets.
Everyone on the streets.
Yeah,
Is that
I
meant-
remember
is
2
that meant-
years ago their little like speed trap thing for it had it at like 302 kilometers an hour or something into the chase.
Jesus.
Which again, like I don't know how accurate those things always are, but like there was a pine. I didn't see that car here this time. There's like that Pine Pack, yellow
Yeah.
80s Falcon.
They've run out of
Uh,
money or what?
If I remember right, they said one year that they had the same engine builder or whatever for it, and like they're on board with it, and their telemetry and stuff seem to back it up. That's what they were doing basically.
That's all Angus Fogg does now is build race cars.
Yeah.
Mostly for other people. He's got some real cool shit in his workshop.
I'm just seeing.
I'm just
In New
seeing
Zealand,
all the.
Angus
We've got a
Fogg,
few of
We've
these
got a
cars.
few of these cars.
He changes the boot and has a bigger rear wing so he can compete
Yeah.
in other categories, and he just like between races is changing the wings and stuff so he can compete in the next class as well. And
See, if we had the
So
time,
if we had the time to recreate
I mean,
this,
we've-
I mean,
we've got quite a few
we've got
of these
quite a
cars.
few
It'd
of
be
these
kind of
cars.
cool
It'd
to
be
do
kind of
this.
cool to do this.
Yeah.
Foggy up to third. These
Yeah,
two
the
boys
pro-
better get
Oh,
moving.
bit of a lock
Oh,
up.
bit of a lock up.
The balance for them is tricky,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but then also like if you wanted to make them this fast and wild, they're pretty hard to drive. So if we were running with Bathurst, we just have endless fucking cautions. I think. That one Camaro's got an ugly fucking livery, the fucking yellow and black and purple one.
And just look at it go though.
Say bye to the
Say
Mustang.
bye to the Mustang.
Oh no, it's the Falcon.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
That's an
must
engine
be
vet.
That's an engine vet.
Yeah. You're about 30
Sorry.
seconds ahead of me here, so that's fine.
Oh, shut up.
No, it's fine. It
Uh,
lets me know that I need to look at the screen.
I thought it was a
I
lock
thought
up,
it was a
maybe
lock
that's
up, but
what
maybe that was what it was.
coming down
Coming
after
down
Conrad.
after
The car
Conrad.
was completely written off at the start of the year, and they've only just finished rebuilding it, so it could be anything. It looks oil related to me though.
Yep, that looks
Yeah,
like
that
there's a
looks
hole
like
in the
there's a
block.
hole in the block.
Look how
He's
much
totally-
Look how
liquid he's
much
dumping.
liquid he's
Look how much
dumping.
liquid
Look how
he's
much
dumping.
liquid he's
Jesus
dumping.
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Why is he not pull it?
Why is he not pull it?
Why is he not just pull
Why
it
is he not
over?
just pull it over?
Because it's better to spread oil all over the track for everyone else. Just like the fuck them up too. I think the best place to pull over here is at the top of the mountain. That just where he is now. It's probably the best place for him to pull over out of the way.
Well, yeah, but he could have
Yeah,
pulled
he
it
could have
over.
pulled over.
He got to the
Did both-
mountain when
did
there's
both-
grass to pull over. I mean, granted, grass sits on fire, but I mean, like at least then, like you're not.
Yeah,
going
but it
all
was
the way
clear
to
there
the
was-
it was clear there was a-
walls all the way up to the top. Like,
There was clear there was
There
an
was
issue
sure there
after
was an issue after
Conrad
Conrad straight though.
He could have
He could have come in the pit.
yeah.
There's no way he didn't.
There's no
know
way he
before the
didn't know
pit.
before the pit.
What's Foggy done here? Did he just fuck up then? Let's run. I got a good run on him. Or was it just draft?
I don't know. Maybe
I don't know.
maybe down
Maybe
down the hill.
going down the hill.
Helping the Capri out, eh? Because the cars behind are racing for the actual race. Foggy's the New Zealand car. They've all got their own race.
Yeah.
Oh, is he gonna get him?
Oh,
he didn't know.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
pretty
another
clear.
lap,
That's pretty clear.
Fucking
Yeah.
hell.
yeah.
It's all over.
Oh, we're gonna make a free
we're
one
gonna
going
make a
up
free
here.
one going up
love
here.
Touring Car Masters, man. I wish we could do this on Forza.
That's the problem is like race suspension's so wonky that when you put them on sports suspension, we end up with like the 70 Camaro, which like I really like that
Yes.
car a lot, but a lot of people didn't really get along with that very well. So you have to like, I mean, I worked on something like this the other night, fiddling around with some ideas, and ended up just like cycling through some different things, trying to make it drivable but still squirmy and stuff.
These run on slick, so they dreaded tires.
Slicks.
Yeah. I liked them like, what was it, like 15 years ago? They still ran them on like bias ply tires. I remember the first time I had a chance to watch them, Tilley's back when they still had that 6-cylinder in the Valiant, and there was also, I think, one of them had the Valiant, and the other one was like a green, like the 71 style Falcon, I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, on the old bias ply tires, I think it was at Sydney. They were just sliding around fucking everywhere with them. It was cool.
The son of the guy that raced the Falcon is racing the Mustang. He wanted to race the Falcon, but they still run the Falcon every now and then.
Yeah, I ended up building the Valiant Charger thing, swapping it to the Hemi, like the big block, and putting a cam in it, and then power cutting it, so that it was kind of windy, but it still had a good. Oh, I really fucked it.
Do we still have the Capri or the Digger in this game?
Capri's gone.
Fuck's sake.
That's a Capri Piranha too, so it's a V8 one. Which we never got in Forza, I don't think we got any of the Piranhas. And my stream's fucking out. God damn it. Oh, let's go.
Very cool.
21st to 1st, eh? Fucking hell.
Yeah, I ended up building the old Charger with the. Yeah, I cammed the Hemi big block, and then power cut it so it was like 325 horsepower or something like that. But then I left it on like shitty old bias ply tires, so it'd still squirm around, slide a bit, but was kind of manageable power-wise. And I'm like, I don't know, it was kind of fun, but it wasn't quite the same.
Tony Quinn brought the Transformer home in 11th.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how
Didn't
you
race this thing, didn't have any wet tires. Sorry, I fucking stepped on what you were saying again.
No, that's fine. I was just looking at the results and stuff reading. I don't know. So yeah, do we think 110 laps and that'd be the other thing that would be risky, I guess, too, is that if a hard tire will do 100 laps and a tank of fuel will only do like 98 laps or whatever, how many laps of caution would you need to no stop it? Probably wouldn't be worth the gamble, I guess.
110 allows a little bit of time for cautions too, which is good.
Well, an hour is 109 laps, so...
we can just tell people that it allows time for cautions and they'll think that.
Yeah, it was a typo in the calculations. Whoopsie.
No.
I mean, we were half an hour late last week and nobody really seemed that upset, so... What is an extra lap, basically? But yeah, the other option would be to just set it to like 100 laps and then figure that it's a no stop hard or one stop with a soft run. Then that'd be under time and it'd allow plenty of time for cautions and stuff. If you had them.
Yeah. I think 2 laps is not enough to make the fuel have an effect, but so. They're quick laps, so.
Yeah. That's the thing is that like it's at a place like Daytona, it's tough to save fuel because it's full throttle all the way around. Whereas here, like even in this thing, like you have to lift off the throttle for the corners.
And it doesn't have more banking, just a little bit more banking or a higher, just on the higher end. So like it feels like it flattens off in the curve a wee bit if you get too high.
Yeah. Well, like here, you'd save some fuel, or you could save some fuel, like lifting a little bit more for the corners, but obviously it would definitely cost you lap time.
The gears worried me a little bit because I could leave it in fourth by myself, but in the draft I'd be like I'm already hitting the rev limiter in fourth, just leaving it in fourth to the laps.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure fifth's the way to go on it. Like, I mean, I don't know, fourth means that you pull a little better off of the corner, but yeah, you run out of breath going into the next set.
In the draft, you'd be fine.
Yeah, because yeah, like I'd just barely catch the limiter on a good run. And if I
for me, there's 0.013 between the two laps, but there's definitely the more potential for the fifth gear.
Yeah.
I think in the draft you'd have to be fifth anyway.
For qualifying,
I think
fourth might be alright. Might be alright.
Yeah, the outlap has a lot to do with your lap time at this track too. One trick you can do as well is you pit in the session before qualifying, so then you've got even less fuel than you can actually start with.
Yeah.
I think I did that in the last time we raced here. It's what I did before qualifying.
Yeah.
So I only had like 3% fuel instead of 5, something stupid like that.
I like the smell of them.
Didn't make any fucking difference. Would have been the Geneta, eh? When we did the dog leg one.
Yeah. Well, yeah, probably because when we also ran this track twice during the NASCAR season. Remember, it was one of the ones we tried to rerun because we had too many cautions in the first one ever, so it messed up the tire strategy.
Yeah.
And I think in the second one I lagged out or something like that. Right.
I think
I ended up like having to watch the second one.
The best oval race I ever did was in the Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
Even though I turned down on people, changed lanes on people and shit. I don't know any different.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a trick because like there's like corner etiquette's a little different in oval racing.
Yeah, so maybe we need to state that too before just a reminder that oval racing is slightly different and you are expected to stay in your lane, sort of deal.
Yeah, like basically if there's any overlap, that car's there. You can't turn down on them because, oh, you weren't to my A pillar or, whatever. There was a couple of times, I remember when we did our NASCAR race with the Beetle at Homestead.
Yeah, that was fun.
I was very nice to Ross a few times because like you were diamonding the corner, which was definitely fast, but like you kept coming down and chopping off my nose, and like I'd see you coming down the track, and I'd like breathe the throttle a little bit, like it's not the time yet, like let's wait later in the race. It's like, all right, we're getting close to the end of the race here. It's like, I don't know, should I keep lifting for this, or should I just be like, oh, I was there, man, like.
Do you see this chick on the TV now?
Yeah.
Diff exploded. Fucked her arm up, now she can't race. In Trans Am. The diff exploded and it sent it through the gearbox and up into her in the cab. She's doing the commentary in the Toyotas.
Yeah, I heard him talking to her the other day. And I was kind of wondering why she wasn't racing, because like there was a thing on YouTube the other day that one of them uploaded that was like Trans Am from Malala?
Yeah.
He's been awesome for
And
me.
yeah, I thought she was supposed to be there for it because I think that car was there. One of the similar livery was there with somebody else driving it, and I didn't hear him say anything. I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing. I just skimmed through a couple minutes of it. But I was like, wait,
Yeah.
where's that chick that's supposed to be running?
Having experience on
They
that
won
tire
the
or been to
Co-Driver
that track,
racing,
the only track
that
I've been
big
in
race
this
they
year
had
to
at
was
QR a
at
couple weeks
Queensland
back.
Raceway,
Not
so
bad.
I was pretty proud of myself
It
in
was
that
ages ago. The year's
steps in
going
that
fast.
scenario. So
It's
excited
2
to
months
get
ago.
back and
So.
hopefully be on the streets.
All right, so. Yeah, because the thing that's interesting is that if we run 110 laps, then you have to figure out something to do regardless of which strategy you're on. Doesn't matter whether you're on soft, or hard. Like, you've got to figure out a way to make some fuel and some tire wear.
Yeah.
And it will depend on how the race plays out too.
Yeah.
Which is good, it loses a little bit to the unknown.
Yeah. Guess that's the main thing.
There could be no
it's...
cautions the whole race, and then 10 laps to go. There's a caution, everyone's on the softs, it's a sprint to the end, or could go green to the end, and the hard was the tire.
And that's the really tough thing. Like, it would almost be better to not be up front for a big chunk of the race.
Yeah.
Because if a caution
This
does
feels
come
so.
out like that in the end, then if there's like 5 or 6 hard tire cars out front, then the first guy on softs is in 7th. It's going to be a lot harder for them to get to the front in 10 laps or whatever.
Yeah.
Compared to if you're on the hard tire. Like, if you're on the hard tire and you're out front, you're looking back going, oh, God, what are these guys going to do? Because you don't want to be the only guy on a hard tire that stays out. But if a bunch of people are going to stay out with you, then yeah, so like almost being up front, it kind of puts you in that indecision zone.
Just looking at all of the specifications and everything for Touring Car Masters, we pretty much had the entire grid of cars, with the exception of the Capri. Maybe do we have the Cougar still in this one?
I think so.
Like, we could even have the Porsche 911. I didn't even see a Porsche 911 doing that. Oh, we do have the
record. Year or two.
I assume going on this, though, it's just got to be pre-1981, right?
Wait, the Porsche?
Yeah.
It would be the 73, I think, would be the closest one.
Yeah. But like, we even have the Pontiac Firebird, Plymouth Cuda. We don't have that old. Do we have old?
I've fucking planted the seed of Touring Car Masters.
You're also doing a mechanical
If we could get like
and a fucking Cortina and a Galaxy and
if we could get like a couple of them into like within 2 attempts, it'd be kind of cool for a one-off.
Yeah. Yeah, part of the issue with them usually is
tire differences.
Yeah, tire availability is an issue on some of the cars too. Because there's a few of them that like they have like 205 stock or whatever, and then they have like 245 or 255, which is kind of like a lot of them. If you wanted to set them up, I think like 245, 255 with like front 245, rear 255. I think that works. But then above that, they're inconsistent. Like there's a couple of them I think that jump straight from 255 to like 305 or something.
Yeah.
Like I think the Buick, which isn't really on that list, but like as far as muscle cars go, there's a couple of those big block ones that have big jumps like that. And yeah, so one thing you can do sometimes, it kind of ruffles some feathers maybe, but like I had a set of cars that it's really a shame we never used them. In Forza 6, I think it was. where I had like the 70 Cuda, or the 70 Challenger, the 70 Camaro, and then the 69 Mustang. And I just swapped them all to the LS motor because the fuel mileage between them was fucked. Like the Hemi got horrible gas mileage, and the Camaro and the Mustang got closer, but it was like significantly better than the Challenger's motor. So you can just kind of swap them to that, and it equalizes the fuel mileage.
Is Anime even going to turn up for his own thing again?
I don't know. He said he was going to be late again, but he said we do the Sentra stuff first.
I tried to suggest the Skyline sometimes. Let's just do the Skyline.
I think we just do it one time to 115 laps. That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Oh, the math's 110 it works out to. 109.
Yeah.
For an hour.
But like I say, I mean, we could, like when you think about 5 extra laps is 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm not really worried about the length in terms of laps. I'm more worried about what cautions could throw it off for. And that's something we do need to talk about. I probably should make a note of that. We need to figure out the caution adjustment plan for this. Like, yeah, whether we're going to pick up the speed, whether we're not going to pick up the speed, and we're just going to tell people they have to cycle in at the back. Because if we pick up caution speed, then we run more laps under caution faster, kind of.
Yeah. Do you want to just jump back in a second and just see what it feels like if we just stay at 80 miles an hour?
The other thing too, we'll have to be pretty good at reminding people that the next race is back to 40 again.
Let's also see what the lap time.
The race after.
Yeah.
Although, yeah, 40 is probably a little bit slow for me.
Who's gonna help me with my...
Okay, where the hell is my... Oops.
Oh my god, there's this ad on the TV, and this guy is like eating peanut butter with his finger from a jar, and he looks at his kitchen cupboard and like uses a bit to stick the linoleum back on them. I'm like, what the fuck? I was doing my OCD. Why would you do that? PVA glue would work better.
Did you see the thing the other day during the practice session where there was like a kid eating something and the dad just like takes away from the kid and takes it? Yeah. I couldn't figure out, like I only sort of like double taked and was like, wait, what? So I couldn't tell if he saw that the camera was on him, was trying to be funny, or whether it was just whenever the little kid yelled.
Yeah, the kid was screaming. Wanted this chicken rollback or whatever it was.
Why have I lost my pedals?
I'll be back in a second.
I've lost my pedals for some reason. What the hell's going on? Did we leave it too long? Oh, there we go. What's that about?
See, and the thing is, though, is like, I guess what we could also just do is simulate one too. Like we can get up to speed, basically act like we call a caution in the back straight. You dive in the pits, and then I can continue around at 80 and see like where it is that you come out.
Right, so we'll go around 80 and I'll dive into the pits, yeah.
Alright. So the thing is, like, if 60 works, then 60 would be better. We don't need to go any faster than we have to. We probably need to come up with a, like, if we're just going to have a go to the back rule, then we do need to know, too, whether it's, like, what the window of waiting on the apron is. Like, do you have to wait for everyone who is out in the track, including Creech, who was already 20 seconds back or whatever? Or do you just wait for the main body of cars to, like, the train to go past, basically, and then tuck on? If somebody else isn't caught before that, then that's on them. gonna be way ahead of you, so maybe 80 is faster than it needs to be. I mean, I'm not even doing it exactly. I'm doing like 77.
I'm doing about 50 in the pits currently.
You're gonna be exiting the pits as I'm crossing the start
Yeah.
finish line, basically.
Yep, I'm just coming out now.
Just coming out now. Half a lap or so on you there.
Well, that'll be okay,
Well,
right?
that'll be okay, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it needs to be that big of a difference then. Maybe. For what we were doing.
Should we try?
Should we just try 40 again, just see what happens?
Yeah, just try to unlap myself basically. Oh yeah, I guess you're not.
Fucking hell, Columbine.
When Holland first came
He's the one that brought advertising to race cars in Australia.
Now, they had tyres about the size of a BMX
With the Holden dealer team.
compared to what you see out there today.
Before that, it was just a plain coloured car with a number on it.
Yeah. The good old days.
Yeah.
As an
This
on you.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe a 50.
I'm thinking maybe a 50
It seems to be
they're
going at 50.
They're
I
going
wonder
at
if we
50. I wonder if we just go to 50 and just match
speed in the
the
pits.
speed in the pits.
Oh, yeah, now you're going to overtake
now
me.
you're going to overtake.
Here he comes. And he's going to be on the inside as well.
Certainly are. So yeah, maybe like 60 miles an hour.
No.
Well, 50.
Well, 50.
Just try 50.
Just try 50. Do it again, but try 50.
Because that's clearly too...
50
should be the same speed as what you're doing in the pits,
what you're doing in the pits, I think.
Alright, you going in this time or you want me to
you can go again.
You can go again.
Still overtook me because you're in the shorter line.
But
I shouldn't fall behind you this time.
The thing is, we want the car that stays on track to be a little bit ahead, because then, like, you know, imagine if you had 8 cars coming out, or like in the train behind you.
Yeah.
You don't really want to enter into the side of those 8 cars, because then that creates the confusion.
And I'm past the pit exit.
Yeah, that's probably pretty good.
Yeah, so we'll just be 50 for cautions in. It's amazing how much 10 mile an hour makes a difference, right?
Yeah. Okay, so 50 mile an hour cautions. If we do that, I'm not sure if there's much of a need to what do you call it, like have any kind of rule as far as having to drop to the back or whatever, but you still have to merge safely.
Yeah, just merging safely would be fine, because then we won't get screwed for each place.
Okay, I got some notes for it. So we can finalize it at the meeting on Monday or whatever when we discuss options. See if anybody comes up with. So AMA, we're looking at 1 times tire wear. A Sentra will do 100 laps to 60% on a set of hards. Is what the math says, and it has 98 laps approximately in a tank of fuel. An hour-long race would be 109.1 laps. So if we do like 110 to 115 lap race, then your options are kind of hard tire or soft, plus a little bit of something. So you could have to go soft medium, or you could just jump in an early caution, which we've, like when we ran the Genettas here, we had cautions, and this thing's bigger and faster. So, I mean, I assume we're going to have a couple of cautions. So you can either bank on the cautions to burn up that extra 10 laps worth of saving you have to do, or you can just go for the medium, or you could, you know, triple soft it, I guess, and whatever. Or, let's see, the difference between each set of tires is about 0.3 of a second a lap in clear track. With the draft, obviously, it helps pull you in there a bit. When you're on the hard tire, you're slower than the soft tire. So if the soft tire cars get ahead, they do eventually kind of edge away a couple of tenths each end of the track. But if a hard tire is in front on the softs and stays glued to the bottom of the track, it takes some doing. Like, it's doable, but it's not something you just drive up to and pass. Like, you kind of build up momentum around the outside for 3 laps or whatever before you get the move.
Probably needs like multiple soft tire guys to work together to get around a hard tire guy.
Yeah, maybe.
And the hard tire guys to work together to keep the draft off each other.
Yeah, but like the hard tire requires a little more finesse, so it's easier to understeer off of the bottom line. So if a soft tire is right behind you in your wheel tracks, then they can just try to get underneath you. So that way it kind of seems like, because if we just ran it as 100 laps, then you'd have to come up with 2 laps worth of fuel to save, which would be pretty easy from cautions. And then it'd just be hard no stop versus soft stop. Oh, and a pit stop here under green conditions is, like, by the time the other car actually gets up to speed, is about 37 seconds difference. You do go a lap down. So, going faster on the soft tire, but having to stop puts you nearly a whole lap down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this one seems like the one that would have some potential for combinations without being overly forced. And we could also just run some crazy high wear number and a bunch of weird combinations then too. But
I tell what these. Have you seen those videos of those people in like Dubai where they just like go on the highway, go full speed, and go left and right, and just fucking make the car
spin in the windows, openings.
This car's pretty good at it.
Crash, the guys go flying out, skidding across the pavement.
Yeah, but the thing is, because the whole land's so flat, they just get up and dust themselves off like nothing's happening. I saw this one video like a little while back where they were just doing shit next to the sea or a lake or something in this big 4x4 Land Cruiser, and the bloke just flips the freaking Land Cruiser. The bloke just flies out the window like 20-30 foot. The car just like barrels over him. He just gets up and drives himself off.
Some people go through life like that.
It's just insane.
Alright, so yeah, anyway, that kind of seems to be what our initial plan is. Do like 110, 115 laps. We can kind of discuss which one we want to do. Just a 1 times tire wear. Then we have the strategy to it. And obviously, like the tires could run over, because that's 100 laps to 60%. But then once they hit 60%, then obviously they'd be even slower. So yeah, like if you were gonna run soft, and then you'd have to do 60 laps on one set instead of 50 or something like that, or split the difference, or yeah. So that it seems kind of like the one with the most options without just being an overload of having to pit every 20 laps or something.
Yeah. No, I like it. I think I would lean towards the 110 just because I figure cautions will probably lengthen.
Yeah.
what is already going to be one of the longer races of the season.
Yeah, the difference in 5 extra laps though is 2.5 minutes. So that's why, yeah, I was kind of leaning that way too. But then I thought about it, and it's like, well, I mean, really, the 2.5 minutes isn't anything in the grand scheme of stuff. It's how many cautions we have that take a couple minutes to sort out and figure out where everybody's at and get everybody back to the pits and stuff.
I'm just thinking 5 extra laps towards the end of the race when people are starting to get desperate.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen regardless, though, right?
Okay.
I'm just gonna get a drink real quick.
I can just imagine you get another caution at lap, 102 or something, and you're like, oh my fucking god, we still have 13 more laps of this shit.
Yeah.
Can you people keep it clean for 5 seconds?
I need to figure out how to do the soundboard things on Discord so I can make the angry guy from the Large Farva NASCAR video complaining about cautions as a soundboard thing.
And we need a shake and bake.
Also, I have one for Frank from Always Sunny when they like crash the car and he's like, "It's just a dumbass squirrel," for when Squirrel joins.
I was thinking. So, anyways, I started blasting. I figure we should probably try and be a little bit more structured this time on the testing, and do 5 laps in one car, 5 laps in the other, and see where we need to adjust.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit less. I think that's probably a better idea when there were more cars as options. When there's just 2 of them, it's not quite as big of a deal to jump back and forth between the 2. But
I do think the Sylvia is a little bit quicker. I don't think it's that drastic, but
so when I just ran them for like 4 laps the other night, and unfortunately I didn't save, I guess. I'm quite sure my lap time was 2:17.5 in the Sylvia and 17.7 in the 240. But the 240 required a little more doing. Like I was really hustling it, and that was the final lap that I did. Whereas the Sylvia just kind of.
Oh, Joy, we're talking about this.
I just kind of ran a little bit to get a feel for the cars and kind of get a baseline with my numbers, kind of where I thought they'd be, so that way I wasn't starting from 0 tonight.
Yeah,
I think Enemy the 240 needs a little bit more torque or something. It seems to suffer in a couple of the places compared to the Sylvia. I went. Was it nearly 2 seconds quicker?
We can even race side by side with different cars or whatever and see if one pulls somewhere or something. I set it to like a practice thing though. Collisions should be on right now for it.
That should be fine. If we're all in the same, we'll have the same.
Yeah, we can always change it in a few again, but yeah, I'll be back in a minute.
Hilarious. Yeah, I was after my setup. I wasn't sure. I might have run a little bit lower on the Sylvia, but I was only 2 seconds quicker than the 240. My best in the Sylvia was a 2:15.7. And then the 240, I was 2:17.3. A second and a half, roughly.
That's a drastic difference compared to what I'm getting. I'm in high 16s in both of them.
Is that on high fuel as well?
No, that's at 30% fuel load on each one.
All right, because I was on high fuel. Both of them, I run down from 100%. And I think it was at about 68% where I did that 2:15.7. I think it's literally just like a torque issue with the. There's a couple of sections. You know that steep section after the hairpin.
Yeah.
The way that it feels like it goes up that hill, the Sylvia just picks up and goes. Whereas the 240 just like bogs down and sort of you got to rev it, wait until the engine's revving out sort of thing. I did wonder if it was worth putting a turbo on the 240.
No, I want to try and do NA versus turbo with it. If we can make it work. I mean,
yeah. What if we increase the engine capacity, change the displacement rather than pistons and compression? That should add more torque, right?
Yeah.
It puts it up to a 2.6. So currently at 307 horsepower. That'll bring it up to 316. 289. That'd add a bit more torque. That'd be 643 if we did that. What's the PI of the Sylvia's? So it would still be five behind.
But closer should mean, especially with them being the same chassis, should mean they're more balanced. Yeah. In a perfect world. In a perfect world, we wouldn't need to test. We just build cars to the same PI and they would just work.
Yeah.
This is Forza.
I know.
What's the PI again? 468.
I think it's 648. I think the other build for the 240 is at 636. Oh, no, not first, second. Hi, cats. I know. I came home from work and sat down and started driving cars.
Okay.
Little wide one for yard.
What? So by putting the displacement to race, and then the valves down to sport, and then the ignition down to sport, we then have the same PI. It'll be 648.
I think people will like these cars pretty well. They're like, if I was building them just for myself, I'd probably take one click of rear tire out of them. But I think keeping all skill levels in mind, it's probably good for stability, especially at a place like Suzuka. It's pretty easy to go off the track several spots. Like having a twitch to the S's for some of the less
You just disconnect.
drivers. Yeah, looks like it. Or, well, mine says anime disconnected, but
yeah.
I guess that
Multiplayer is currently unavailable? What the fuck?
Mine did the thing earlier where it fucking booted me to the dashboard and was like, please try again while I was just driving around the fucking track, and it didn't actually close the game. I could just open the game again, but I don't know, maybe it's a weird night for it.
Well, let's try this. I've made a couple of adjustments.
I figured I'd just run them as they were for a little bit here and try to figure out how fast this lobby is, since there's seems to be some question over that.
Okay, mine's completely fucked.
Oh yeah, Boo's supposed to qualify tonight too. I'm kind of surprised. I told him the other night that we were doing test stuff, so he can just, you know, join when he wants to qualify if he doesn't want to hear us, babbling about stuff while he practices.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot more.
So, when he was trying to scramble with shit last night, or not last night, but Monday night, I guess, he runs a VRS direct drive with a Fanatec wheel, like rim. So he has to like buy this $100 little fucking adapter thing for it. And apparently he thinks he fucked it up by installing the Fanatec firmware update on it by accident. And so he had to buy another adapter thing and get it mailed for $100. And as a backup, instead of use his Thrustmaster TSXW or whatever it is that he's got around, which he did get out and like bolt to his wheel stand, he just went and bought one of those Turtle Beach Velocity 1 direct drive things and is going to use that as his backup wheel in case this happens again while something happens. So he was like trying to figure out how to get that to work with his thing and set it up and get it to feel similar. And it's like, more electronic toys. It's like, why don't you just buy a fucking
This
VRS
garage
wheel?
must be just full of fucking electric parts and fucking everything.
Yeah, that's what Awesome said. He said there's just like a pile of like 4 e-bikes laying on their side, like stacked up in his garage, and there's just appliances and shit sitting all over the place. His picture of his fucking like crawl space thing that he posted the one time that had his extra wheels in it was just like a spaghetti ball of wires and like a pile of wheelbases and shit. But he's still gonna only use the Velocity or the Turtle Beach base. He's still gonna use his other fancy pedals with it. So it won't work on the Xbox, which is one of the things that he could just fall back to the fucking Xbox, so he doesn't have to take 10 minutes to restart his goddamn computer every time. Which, like, that... I don't know, like, again, no one wanted to leave him behind, but going into a season where we're going to have to start multiple races a night, if he's going to have his game crashing between each one, like, it's already a little bit of a hold-up when it boots in 30 seconds. But if every, third race or whatever, it's going to be him having to restart all of his shit or whatever, like, that's kind of going to be a problem. I don't know if we can keep waiting on that forever. Like, he needs to get that fixed. And Seven said that he sent him some things after he had a similar problem with it, stuff he can try, but who knows whether he'll do it. And, who knows whether it's a legitimate problem or whether it's something that's fucked up about his thing or whether he didn't even need to actually restart it anyway. He just,
He just defaulted to the one that he knows works instead of trying anything simpler.
Have you turned it off and turned it back on again?
I mean, I know no one really likes playing tech support given that it's so, like there's so many variables and stuff now too, but if he's having a problem, then he needs to, like, show up during the week and try to ask for help and figure it out, though, too, instead of just figure, oh, well, everybody will just wait for me every time.
I will say the camera position in the Sylvia is way more forward than it is in the 240.
What was I testing last night that... There was something I found that its bumper cam, or not bumper cam, its hood cam was like tilted up 10 degrees or something, so it just feels like you're looking up in the air when you're driving around.
Huh.
Like, not enough that it's unusable, but it would definitely be pretty fucking distracting. Reminds me of there were a few of those cars in Forza 7 where if you put in the roll cage, the camera was like too high in the cockpit, so like your head would just be inside the roll cage and you couldn't see more than like 2 car lengths in front of the car.
I still don't understand why it's not adjustable.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I agree. If we were gonna run these for a season, I'd probably take some rear tire out of them, because people have time to like learn them and get used to how they handle. But for a one-off, I figured just make them fun and easy to drive.
Yeah. That's my main thing that I feel like I'm struggling with a little bit. Like, I think there's another couple of tenths in it if I could just get the car to rotate a little bit better. Like, I have a little bit of stiffer rear sway bar in it already. I should go with some diff instead. Yeah, I think for most people they'll be pretty comfy.
I'm doing about 145 to 146 into turn 1 in the Sylvia.
Yeah. I had 146 with it and 143 with the 240.
Okay.
When I ran it the other night. Maybe my times were 16.5 and 16.7 then, but I don't know. Again, I just ran 4 laps with each one to have a starting point, basically.
Yeah.
Make sure the gears were alright and stuff. Because I mean, I basically got into the 16s my second flying lap with it tonight, so maybe it was better than that. Damn it. Alright. More sway bar.
15.82.
15.82.
That's with the changes that I said. I'm now gonna because that's less than a tenth between the time I got with the Sylvia.
I was gonna say, make sure you can replicate that with the Sylvia in this lobby, though.
Yeah, gonna do that.
What kind of entry speeds into turn 1 were you seeing with that?
I wasn't looking at entry speeds. I was paying attention to the apex. I can go double check it though. I do like both cars as well, which is a little bit annoying. It's gonna be hard to pick which one to pick.
I'm on pace for a 16.6. I lost a 10th through spoon. They'll still get squirrely if you mash it coming out of the hairpin or the chicane.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm in this lab.
Yeah, no.
Someone wants me to cut some words out for them. Out us some wood and fucking put there and marry. I was like, oh, you better fucking write that down. Make sure you spell it right.
Oh, God damn it. Oh.
One that I haven't done any checking on is tire wear. I noticed that the one does a little bit less on, like, was it 2 or 3 laps less on fuel for the 240?
Yeah. It should be really similar on tire wear there, because it's the same width tires, and they're within like 50 pounds of each other.
Yeah. How that necessarily translates into,
full temps up, it's dirty lap.
Race distance and stuff.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
15.743 bit dirty.
3 bit dirty.
Oh, I've dirtied it again. Can we skip that? We can't skip that.
Let's go.
Does it tell me the clean lap 5.9? 15.8.
Now Jamie Whincup's having a cry about the last race. Cracked me up last year on the drivers' parade. You could hear the crowd, and someone in the crowd yelled out, "How are you gonna fuck it up this year, Whincup?" You'd hear it on the broadcast. It was funny as fuck.
Did you guys see the thing with Cletus McFarland and his FL2K match?
No. I haven't watched it for a while.
Part of that Bradenton track that's right next door to the Freedom Factory. Now, and some guy with a fast super in the stick shift class didn't hear the call for cars to staging, and he accused them of not making the call because they didn't want to race him. And apparently he put up a YouTube video, like he does like the, vlog at the racetrack thing or whatever. And in the background of his video, you can hear them call for stick shift cars. And they clarified that, like, when you sign in, you're also put into a, text messaging thing that sends out a message when cars should go to staging, as well as, one of those group chat kind of things.
Yeah.
For stuff. So he should have had 3 different warnings that he needed to go there, and he's saying that they didn't make the call or whatever. And then, like, when people pointed out in his YouTube video, yeah, if you weren't too busy making this video, you could hear him say it, like, timestamp it or whatever, so he deleted his YouTube video in there. And then he called him out or whatever, and made a $15,000 bet that he could beat Cletus or whatever. And, like, he probably would have if his car didn't break. But he fucking broke, so Cletus won another $15,000 off of him. And the guys that run the track, they bought, like, one of those, or not bought, but they rented or whatever, one of those vans with, like, the big LED signs on the side of it. They would, like, drive around the property and say what time cars were supposed to go staging for the grudge match. And they kept making all these obnoxious announcements with the megaphone about cars should be on staging now, even though they're the only 2 cars at the fucking track, just rubbing the guy's face with it. I guess there were, like, signs on the way into the track that, like, had grudge match at 4 p.m. underlined and stuff, you know? Yeah, the guy looked like an asshat and lost $15,000.
Hamburger's got.
Yeah.
That's an expensive day track.
Pretty sure the fastest stick shift car in the world is still a first-gen Eagle Talon.
Yeah, Cletus was saying that that's one of the things that he likes about this class, though, is that, like, it's not necessarily about who's the fastest car, it's, like, what car makes the shifts and doesn't break.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of the way it goes, and it's like, I don't know, like, on one hand it is kind of dramatic, but on the other hand, yeah, it seems like it'd be a lot less fun to show up at the track knowing that there's like a 40% chance you just break every run that you make and are out of eliminations and have to go home. This might be worth the effort.
Didn't that Boosty Boys get a record in that MR2?
I don't know.
And then they flipped it.
It's one of those things too where there's all kinds of records that are like, first car into the 6s on a Tuesday while running this brand of wheels, like it's just a bunch of like asterisks next to them that are. So let's see, for a while Cletus's was the fastest stick shift GM powered vehicle. And then there was that one like Catfish Camaro that I think took fastest stick shift on, whatever kind of tire it was that they usually run for that stuff. It was like the world record.
Thompson Orbers.
Cletus also was first stick shift GM car into the 6s or something.
Which is still insane when you think about it, though.
Yeah.
You got 1,000 horsepower supercars which are barely breaking into the 10s. With like amazing transmissions and hybrid help.
I don't know how I ran that 6 in this car. I'm just consistently 3 or 4 tenths down now.
What, in the 240?
What, in the 240?
Yeah.
Make the change.
Make the change.
It's definitely there.
It's definitely there.
I don't necessarily want to though, because like that 6 matches my best time in the Sylvia.
Fuck.
Being too cautious into the first corner now. I made many mistakes there trying to push hard. As I push hard and get 2 tenths up and then go.
Yeah. Steered off. Do another stint in the Sylvia and see if it goes faster now. Has the Japanese announcer guy in the paddock always mentioned the Horizon Festival?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he says the same thing at Hakone, and that was one of the things that made people like, oh, look, specifically mentioned this stuff. It's the perfect time for Fujimi Kaido to return.
Fuck me days. Fucking hell. Toyota 86 is spread all over the fucking place now. Sorry. You still watching it or no?
Kinda. I had the stream going on in the background, but I had changed the tab because that Mule Train guy had messaged me on Discord, so I could hear him talking about something, but... But that one just ran straight fucking into him. Like, he didn't even see that there was a...
Oh, it's craziness.
I didn't even see his brake lights come on, did I?
Fucking drive a car in there.
My volume's been down low. Have they said anything about when she's supposed to be driving again after her injury?
No, nothing yet. She's got a ligament tendon damage or something.
Yeah.
Crazy thing to happen though, eh? Wouldn't think a diff exploding would send the fucking energy through the gearbox.
Yeah.
I guess they're a transaxle too, like a supercar. I don't know, transams. Oh well, I know they're all the same.
I didn't think they were. I thought the TA2 cars were supposed to be... I thought they used like old NASCAR transmissions.
Yeah. It's all fucking Chevy engines and 4-speeds, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with it now too, because yeah, they started off with Chevy engines, and then somebody was like, yeah, we should have Ford engines for the Fords. So they're like, alright, I guess. And then there were like 2 engine builders here that you had to go through. Like one built the Chevy and one built the Ford. And then somebody was like, well, what about the Challenger or whatever? They tried to make a Challenger motor. It was garbage, so they like abandoned it. And then, yeah, I don't know whether it's still spec or whether it's different in different places or...
The TA2 brought Trans Am in Australia, so they're all owned by the same people now.
Yeah.
Fuck, old mate was up on 2 wheels there.
Yeah.
And then that blue car, he just gets sent.
Yeah, that one guy's brake lights, did he just drive straight into the fucking accident? Yeah. I'll look at that and try to get a fucking... I'm kind of struggling with the 240 now. I can get like a 17.0 with it probably if I could just not fucking dirty the lap somewhere or something. Or I try to push too hard to the Degners and miss the apex of the second one. They've already junked a handful of those things, and there was definitely some damage done in the V8 supercars between... Mostert's hit was a pretty hard hit, even though...
Yeah, it only just bent the radiator supports and stuff.
And then, yeah, Di Pasquale's car...
That was an odd crash, actually. I wonder if the brake locked on. Because, like, Chaz Mostert doesn't put the car on the wall on warm tyres.
Yeah. Yeah, they were speculating that the throttle stuck, but then, like, you could see when it hit the wall and the rear tires came off the ground, the rear tires instantly stopped, like it was still on the brake. So, that was it. Now, let's see, there was that Super 2 session where they all, like, bolted out on slicks, and it started raining, basically. And that one guy in the Mustang fucked into the wall at the tree there or whatever. And then they like cleaned it up. Yeah. And they cleaned it up and green flagged the next session. And like 2 laps later, somebody in a Holden fucked it in the exact same spot in the exact same way. Like rear end first into the wall by the tree with a Marshall stand.
Fuck, we got ambulances on the track and shit now too. I hope they're alright. Normally get an ambulance on the track. Once again, 2886 is a fucking delaying the schedule.
Yeah. I built a Toyota 86 last night.
Yeah.
To play around with for a Bathurst thing. Like a week ago on a Tuesday or whatever, I was like, hey, we could do like a surprise Thursday night race on. We haven't done a Thursday night thing in a while for Bathurst, and then I just kind of forgot about it. And then we talked this week about doing the test night. And then even though we talked about it on Tuesday, I was like, oh yeah, we could do the Thursday night thing this week. And it's like, oh yeah, we got a test night. Never mind.
Session ended due to an incident on track.
God damn. The one lap that I was up, I fucked up 130R real bad and like ran wide. And I was like 2/10 up, but now I can't even get fucking. Oh, as I say that, there's a 10th up, but.
I was 2 times up,
I
now
was
4 times
2 times up, now
down.
I'm 4 times down.
Just coming into the Degners.
Just coming into the Degners.
Is my tyres dead or
Is
something?
my tyres?
Yeah, they're close. They're close, but not dead yet.
Not dead yet.
I've got them down to less than a tenth
between my lap times.
Between the two cars.
With the changes.
I just ran a dirty 16.3, but I actually lost time going off. So, yes, I think the 240 does need something. Let me try your tweaks.
Do you remember what they are?
Nope. I was going to have you read them off once I got in the car.
Alright, let's fucking try some tuning changes.
Hit me.
Where is the car? You'd think it would put them with the 240SX. It's not there. Where is it? That's the one.
That's the one.
Body kit because it's stupid. Custom upgrade. Okay, so for the valves down to sport.
Mm-hmm.
Displacement
to race.
And then I put the ignition down to sport as well.
Sounds like Clay Richards is hurt.
15 more horsepower?
And quite a bit more torque as well. It's the difference.
It seems like...
That seems like a lot.
Yeah. If it works, it works. But I was thinking, start off by adding like 5 horsepower maybe, and see if that's right.
Well, I just to begin with, just for shits and giggles, I tried to get the PI the same, and actually kind of worked. And it seems like the main thing the 240's missing is the torque throughout the rev range. Its pickup and go just struggles compared to the Sylvia.
Yeah, but that just hurts its fuel mileage even more. Now it's 3 laps down on the...
Which, yeah, maybe doesn't matter though. I guess it depends on what we're doing distance and tire wear wise.
And laps. Yeah, it's now got 8 horsepower more per pound of 0.008.
Ooh. I have 240 worth of penalties for my 240 SX.
Sounds about right.
Excellent.
Tell you what, lap 1, turn 1 speed zoner. So going into the braking zone, we're looking at 147. What was it with the Sylvia?
146 is what I was getting with the Sylvia. That's what I was getting last night anyway. I didn't check again today, but
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
oh, okay. Oh, okay. I forgot that I quit and came back into the thing. I was like 9/10 up. What the fuck? And then I realized that lap times reset to a 230. So.
Okay, that was a 16.2 dirtied in a similar way as my Sylvia time.
Is that similar time to what you got with the Sylvia?
It's a 10th up. And fuck that the Degner's on a good clean one.
So I can cope with
I can cope with a 10th.
But for me, without those changes, it was quite a big difference between the two.
I think one is too slow and one is a little bit too fast. I think we just need to find the happy medium there.
We're getting to the point now. I'm thinking, is it me getting faster, or am I just spending more time in the car? Is that?
I'm sorry, I gotta switch between the two and see if you can match it.
Oh, fuck's sake, I dated it. It's gonna be down now. Still plus 2.
Still plus 2.
I was half a second. That would have been a 15.5-ish.
5-ish.
Oh, then I lost it on the last sector. 0.81.
Yeah. Alright, so are we supposed to do the Sylvia or the 240?
So I just tried. That wasn't a good lap. I don't know if you want to take my advice yet. Try Ross's build first.
So we just get to the fact that it's ignition down to sport. Then valves down to sport.
Yeah.
And then displacement to race. That's it. That's the changes.
I don't know if I'm very good for testing on this one because I can't seem to fucking. I could maybe get a 17 flat with it.
What, before?
The original build. I just can't. I mean, I see splits for a 17 flat. I just can't seem to fucking put it together.
I mean, that was close to what I was getting. I mean, I was getting 17 threes with the original build. Yeah, 17 3 what I got with the original build. The personal best and the Sylvia was a 15-7. And then my PB currently with the
16-5 with the with the Sylvia.
I mean, what are you doing with tire brushes? I've got them at 30.
I was running 28 on them both.
I don't think I've touched a gearing yet. So they're still 325 and 240. And then I've maxed the bars out 40 and 40. Brake I've put.
That helped a little bit with the Sylvia. I didn't max them, but I think I'm like 30 and 35 on 240 here. I
got the brakes seem to be nice around the 49 mark because it just seems to be the best way to get the rotation in the fast sweeping ones where you can just dab the brakes just to bring the nose round. And then I've got the diff at 60-20. For me, that's currently the closest configuration between the two.
So both go all moves with breaking speed based on the choose of any number of sometimes in 2025. That's the reason I thought that there's definitely space in the entire and makes it sort of guns signs.
I feel like the 240 is more likely to just decide that it's not turning this time.
For me, I think the 240 turns nicer than the Sylvia. I thought the Sylvia is off balanced.
That might be possible.
I feel like when the 240 does what I want it to, yeah, it's a little better, but it's also more likely to not do what I want it to at a few specific spots, like on the way into the Degners, and then on the way into Spoon. Sometimes it feels like it just goes straight instead of the trail break.
Yeah.
It's like having a baby lion. You know, one day it's gonna rip your face off.
Yeah, it'd be very frustrating to do the race,
but these are at least at this point they're definitely closer than what the other cars are. I think just a few tweaks they could be there, definitely. And they're fun to drive. So. Just whether you guys can seem to find a balance between the two cars and how far it is.
Thought he was going to say keep up then.
I'm 100% sure. Both Anime and Morbid, once they find the groove, they'll be there. They always seem to find a bit more just at race time. So.
I might have found a 15 by now if I was on my controller, but I'm testing on the wheel.
Well, if you used the wheel more often, might be a 15 now. They drive nice on the wheel though, anyway.
Yeah, no, I like the way they drive. That was one of my sanity checks Monday night after the race. Was I went and drove both of them on the wheel and was like, okay, no, they do feel good. And they were within 2/10 for me there.
Oh, within 2/10, sorry.
I had like a 16.7 in the 240, or in the Sylvia, and a 16.9 in the 240.
Two temps is even two temps is kind of doable though between them.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Especially if they make their time in different ways, you know.
Did you revert to your tune, enemy?
No, I tried a different setup. I took the cam down to sport and put everything else onto race.
Yeah, that will kill it.
Because that kept the torque up, but I think that gets too much power out of it.
Yeah, the RPMs dropped too much. The power band's in the wrong place, I felt. I did try that already.
There's a 16 in it with that setup, but I can't make it happen.
Yeah, it definitely needs to raise cams.
I think it just needs a little bit less horsepower than what we have in it with
Well, the thing is down by into turn one, pretty much identical. There's only 1 mile an hour between the two. Do you want to do a drag race quick?
I'm gonna try. I took the pistons down to sport, and I'm gonna try that. But yeah, we can do a drag race.
Which car do you want to be in?
I don't mind.
If you jump into the Sylvia real quick, as that seems to be the quicker car slightly. And then we'll put it up against my 240 build.
And I'm not running clutch at the moment, so.
No, I don't have I'm not entirely sure clutch will be quicker with these cars.
I don't think it would, but you never know. Let's practice go.
Oh shit, I've got fucking
Thankfully, in practice mode, you can just change it from the pause menu.
Yeah. Okay, I'm stopped that on the bridge. Just cool down when you're ready.
Oh, hold on, my fucking handbrake didn't work. What the fuck? Nope. God damn it, car. I gotta figure out which button is the handbrake.
I just put my foot on the brake pedal.
Yes, that works too. 3, 2, 1, go.
So Sylvia still a bit quicker.
28.
127 for the first one. This one.
Interesting.
But he did pull between the gears, though, so I'm wondering if that could be just done to gear changes, gear setup, though.
Possibly.
Let's just have a couple of runs here, see what it's like. Just carry on, just go flat out.
Let me get my camera back to normal.
This is where I found that I was being walked by the ghost in the NA car. Hence the need of a little bit more power. See, you still are walking away from me. Yeah. I'm just making up. Corner slightly.
Just quit and start fresh. I can't seem to put in a fucking lap.
I'm gaining on the draft a little bit.
Is there a draft? I wasn't sure if there were collisions turned on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the draft definitely helps.
Collisions are definitely on. Yep.
Copy.
Did you get my message, Morbid?
I just sat down and saw that it was there.
Ah.
Alright.
This is gonna suck.
That might be good for me anyway. I can use a break. I can't seem to fucking drive this 240. Keep fucking up all my laps when I start one. So I can set up the lobby for you and do that and then come back.
She got so much understeer all of a sudden.
Are you running in practice, Boo?
Well, I did one practice with medium tires and 15 laps of fuel and got a 27.9.
Why do you keep running fucking medium tires?
Because I forget to change.
Yeah, but just immediately stop and change it.
Do you have post-it notes, Boo? You need a
like
post-it
if you
note
know, like I do that too, but I go,
wheels.
oh shit, I'm on medium, so I immediately quit and change it, or I do it in test drive where you can just push start and go and choose
it. It's a good way to get myself mentally focused, though.
You need a
driving the mediums.
Check my fuel and tires.
Although I do not know what this button box actually does besides turning on and turning off my
Well, you're on computers, so you can actually program it to do stuff. But it's one of the things that people always point out, like on the Xbox, it does nothing because the Xbox isn't smart enough to let you map that kind of stuff.
I thought one of the issues with the Turtle Beach one was that the buttons just mirror the steering wheel buttons.
Maybe that's the way, like my steering wheel has 6 buttons, and there's 2 buttons on it that just mirror X and Y.
I don't know. It doesn't do anything when I click them, so...
Yeah. I don't know if Project Cars 2 might let you map them on the console, because it was always... You could actually map controls on Project Cars 2 to your keyboard if you plugged a USB keyboard into your Xbox. So I use that for my seat slider thing, the arrow keys. Alright, do you want to practice one first, Pooh?
Yeah. think I figured something out. I just want to test it once before I throw myself into the flames of death. And then I gotta go pack. Not that it's a big deal, but 3 pairs of underwear, 3 pairs of socks, 3 pairs of shorts, a couple of t-shirts, a raincoat because it's gonna be wet, and fun.
Couple of stuffed animals.
Where are you going?
Orlando for Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh yeah, and a bunch of candy to give to the teenagers at the thing, the 13-year-olds or whatever. Pocket full of butterscotches for them.
No, they recommend children under 13 don't go to this.
It said 13-year-olds.
That's because you're going to be there. That's harsh.
I mean, one of the shows is basically almost nudity.
You shouldn't be naked.
Definitely not guys I'm looking at. I'm definitely looking at the females. Thank you.
That was a fun drift. I don't know if it looked good. It felt good.
It looks neat. I went to...
I haven't done anything Halloween related in like fucking 30 years.
Trying to
No,
figure out...
that's not true.
Aren't you like 30 years old?
No. That's what I sort of say, like, I'm trying to think of when the last time I guess it would be about 20-something years ago. I went to one of those fucking, like, we didn't really go by choice. It was more like we thought we were going to do something else, and then we got suckered into going with somebody else and their cousin, and it's like, oh yeah, we're going to that fucking cornfield maze out at the farm place. And I was like, oh, well I thought there was going to be food involved. I didn't think we were going to a fucking maze thing to walk around in the mud with a bunch of fucking idiot teenagers. Of course, I was an idiot teenager too,
right.
But...
Right. Unfortunately, it's 20 past 3 in the morning. I do have to be up in about 3 hours.
Sometime for Halloween.
Thanks for your help, Justin Ross.
Yeah, no worries. If you let me find something different, just let me know, and I'll try to debug that too. Make you feel like you think.
Maybe change is knocking a little bit of power out of the 240 if it comes to that, but I don't know.
Well, on numbers, yeah, we also agree, but I mean, the drag race made me confirm that's kind of the right way to go.
Well, I mean, would it be easier for parts at all to just take one thing off of the 240 and drop it down a little bit too? Be an option.
Well, the Sylvia's still quicker. That's the problem.
Or sorry, the Sylvia.
Yeah, I suppose we could do.
I don't know if that's any easier than switching parts around to try to find the right thing. I don't really remember what its engine parts are off the top of my head anyway.
This house, why are you running like shit? Fucking.
I mean, yeah, you could maybe take the airbox out of both of them or something. I mean, it's not like it changes how the car sounds in this game, is it?
What the fuck is an airbox?
It's the air filter.
Ah! Speak real English, motherfucker!
That is really. Well, the air filter is just the filter that goes inside of the airbox. We're changing the entire thing here.
Goddamn American yokel.
Goddamn, I'm the fucking car enthusiast.
Backwards.
Isn't an airbox?
Isn't an airbox?
You just have the air filter.
So in America, they're changing the name of transmission fluid to gender neutral shift juice.
Why? I mean, you call it a shift.
You call it a shift rather than we call it a gear stick.
Because it's a stick to change the gear.
Here people usually call the knob just the knob at the top. They don't usually call it the whole thing. Usually it's called shifter here. But yeah, gear stick's pretty common too. Depends on the kind of vehicle. It seems like people call it gear stick more often when it's a truck that has like a longer one or something, as opposed to a car with a shorter throw.
Morbid, either I figured something out that you have not, or
I definitely haven't got a good lap in yet, but that's not also a super awful lap either. Like this one's gonna be better, but I should be well inside the invert. I keep braking too early for shit. You're definitely gonna be well inside the invert if you can replicate that, though.
Be quite interesting.
The invert bubble here at Watkins Glen should be a 47 flat or 27 flat. I think we'd have to figure this out 25s or something before it would shift to a 26.5 as the number.
Yeah, right. I've got to go to bed.
Not that it matters.
Have a good one, guys.
Yep.
Take it easy, Ross.
Why the fuck? This thing worked last night when I was doing the damn rally. Now all of a sudden,